Oi, oi. Flat with British, martinliedtke speaking. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice, and welcome to what's going to be a very special Flatterday. So, I always say this introduction, I know, but buckle in. Do buckle in. Let me just check my comms are in order. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be fantastic. Like, double fantastic. We're going to just show everyone how to be fantastic in this place, guys. We're really good at that. So, what have we got tonight? Oh, dear. Choke on my hair. The trick is to pull all of this off, and I'll be very, very happy. So, it's going to be a game of two halves tonight. Later on in the show tonight, we're going to shake the place up, is what we're going to do tonight. Welcome, 100 of you just shit out of nowhere. We're going to shake the place tonight, is what we're going to do. Later on, I'm going to have a guest over who is Sedetic warrior, who's a warrior sage brother, who's good at shaking things up, okay? Because this needs to be shaken up because, you know, we saw, you know, people just get in their, like, comfort zones and, you know, nulled into this false sense of security, when really you should be keeping your fucking guard up because we're in a spiritual war. So he'll come along later to remind us about, you know, some of the fundamentals of being a truther, which is needed, I think. Don't want to be namby-pamby truther movement or anything, do we? Want to be double fantastic. This is the resistance after all. Yeah? Just saying. So in this vlogage, welcome all of you, 250 of you. Good time to start talking about what we're going to be looking into. Now, some of the cases which I go into, historical study on Flat Earth British, I go into for years on end. And I can't let go of these cases. I mean, I'm literally getting obsessed with some of them. And this is the biggie. This case is the biggie. And I've reinvestigated this case because of something Dutch Sensi said only this week, which I was like, uh-oh, I'm putting dots together in my head and thought, I better look at that, Matt. And I know a lot more than I did, say, 5 years ago when I first looked into this subject we're going to look into now. And then I've got the help of all you guys. And luckily enough, my son, who's become quite an expert in all of these matters, has become quite an asset to the British think tank I'm finding, especially with the technical stuff, the electromagnetic stuff, the free energy stuff. Because he's a bit of a genius like that. So that's come in very handy with some of the dot connecting. And I'm going to connect a few dots in here and I'll just show you a sequence of events. Okay, I'm not going to make any predictions and I'm not trying to scare anyone, guys. Okay, if you feel uneasy with what I'm about to present, then just use your analytic thought process, because what I'm going to tell you is this, is I think that they won't be able to reset again. I think that this can get averted, is what I think. From what I've basically come to a calculation after years and years, actually, only this week, of this study. And, you know, from what we found and what I've been basically going to present to you was a court law. We fucking smashed it and I keep on smashing it. We will do this, guys. And for that token, I got to think today, well, if we're doing that and it takes me years to actually catch up with myself, which this is what's happened. It's taken years to catch up with me. And then I thought, well, if that's the case, then later on, the ability to avert any reset technologies will be available, because we would have discovered them later on in tomorrow Martin Flat Earth British Lawrence's think tank thing going on, if that makes any sense, because we will get there. It just, as I've noticed today, weirdly existentially, I'm thinking, I'm just catching up with myself now. It's all making sense. I better tell them. And I have that moment then. How do I tell them? It's all good. We're going to have loads of fun. Later on, the Static Warrior will be over. Z to the gang, Z will be over. We're going to have a little bit of an intermission halfway through. I'll put a bit of a video on, okay, for antiquity. while I do stuff like swap microphones and stuff. Ooh, Angel Lovebird, what a bloody lovely name. New channel member, stonking super great. We're going to talk about the unbelievable fuck up that is YouTube right now. They keep changing on a daily basis. I don't know actually what is going on. So some of the stuff that I've been like reading and some of the stuff that I've like literally rediscovered is like watching a film for the first time. It's like, have I seen this before? It's like, it was all making so much sense, and everything else that we talked about was like, okay, because stuff that's happened since the first time I went into this subject, so much has happened since, and now it all started to make sense. So I'm going to hit you up with that. And what we're going to talk about is the sequence of events that happened in 1811, okay, and some things you may not know. And this is very weirdly and unexpectedly to myself, very sort of flat earth orientated. It really is, and you'll see why later. Mind-blowing, absolutely mind-splattering. It really is, guys. It's quite unnerving, but not really, because I can always see the flip side of everything else. So I really do think that we're in something that's bigger than us. And so I'm just going with it, rolling with it, knowing that there's a great protector looking after our asses. I can't imagine, you know, the whole of humanity and the whole of our tomorrows being sold on a river to this weird, fucked up matrix. Can you get, you know, can you feel that, guys? Because I'm not feeling that. I don't see this in 100 years' time, that utopian fucking just. I don't see what they have got in mind happening, is what I'm trying to say, guys. Okay. And you can all see the way it's going. And it's against who people really are. That's not our conscious build-up anyway. Fucking hijacking consciousness. Bastards. So, yeah, we're going to look into cross-Atlantic crossings later on in the post. And we're going to do some picture shares. We have a little bit of a giggle. And we're going to get underway because basically I've got a lot to get through tonight. And I guess when Z comes over later, I got some videos and stuff. It's been a busy week. If Flat Earth, we've had all our unbelievable fucking stupid nonsense with well, we haven't got the technology, we destroyed it all, and it would take it's a painful process to build it all back together again. You know, send man to the moon with the processing power of a Nokia phone, apparently. But apparently they did it all again. And what are they showing us? Oh my God, they just take the piss, is what they do. It's just so insulting. But there's loads of sky clappers that think it's all double fantastic and great, but you know, they've had joy juice as well, haven't they? So we're gonna have a giggle. Yes, Christopher Harby. Let's give you a few of you shouts. Welcome you in. Bear, what's that? JP Love? Bear Cockapoop. Okay. Nathan is in the house. National Memorial Gardens. So if you receive a pin message, send some love over to our lovely hippie shake, who's my friend Teresa, because sadly her mother's passed away. Okay. And if she was anything like Teresa, she must have been a lovely lady. So that is sad. So send some love, because I've been there. And you know, sometimes, you know, some people, when their parents pass away, it's like, you know, fucking, it's like the end of the world for you. It's like, you know, nothing beyond. But you know, it gets better. So we send in love. You got us, lot hippie. Okay, we love you. So stay strong. Okay. All right. D'Angelo in the house. Oh, we've got. You went then. Because not good at the start of a post. Jolly Man, Matthew Titus, and there she is, hippie shake. Send her on love. Aww. And India's in the house. She had a hangout last night, playing a bit of tunes. And El Queen and Jason Gore and Nathan again. And welcome you all. Thank you very much for popping by. I do assure you, your click of that subscription button, okay, that little thing that you did, will be well invested tonight for all its usage. Pavlov sheep is super, really smart, I'm finding. And it's like reading my Brian says the stuff that I'm actually thinking is just like well on the money. So very, very, very good that a lot of you are getting this. So Max One Bitch clone is in the house. The house of cards is falling. I can just start, I can see it now. I can see how they're doing it. I just start to see it and it's coming clearer. Like I think this, I do. I think that like with the revelations of this week, with me catching up on myself, it's like I actually am not equipped knowledge-wise to know what I'm looking at later. I will be, and therefore I will crack it later. So therefore, in this tomorrow, we would have fucking done and dusted and sorted these out, and that's the end of it. Okay, because this reset palaver, as I'm going to show you now, you know, what is natural in this place? Is the weather natural? What are we? What are we but bioorganic robot systems? Self-replicating, apparently. Self-healing, self-replicating. With a fucked up psyche. What's that all about? Something else going on there, eh? So, with the revelations of this anyway, guys, let's piece it all together. As a think tank now, we can work with me. When's my next live with AMV? Really enjoyed the discussions. No, I haven't seen him around for a while. I don't know. Maybe sometime in the future. He likes all this Madrid stuff. And there's Nora. Nuns is in the house. Hi, Nora. Mactrom's in the house. And for Jax. Amphibianness, who's looking forward to seeing Awesome Z later. Because fantasticness. And that's where I met Z. And Brian Stavely actually named ZZ. He's the namer of Z. It's Brian Stavely. Brian, where are you, mate? I keep this close to me in case you show up. Okay. Mine has 2 golden legs. Okay. Yeah. Residue. Smells of residue too. Smells of 1977 residue. Michael Fitzpatrick, simulation icons. Yeah, they're just words. You know, what we got is a lot of bullet words, haven't we? Words that everyone goes by, like, you know, archons or anarchy or this and that and the other. What I can tell you is this: something's going on up there. Pavlov mentioned it earlier. There seems to be like a bluey-green hue to the sun and the moon. And then you've got all of these weird sort of astronomical phenomenon that have happened over the last few years that have never happened before. Blood moon, red moon this, fucking red moon that, and just the weirdest stuff that's just never happened before. And then you've got to appreciate that the weather's gone a bit weird. And they just pulled something really extra specially weird over the last couple of years that was a bit of a sideswipe and took most people by surprise. Not myself, because I called it. But I'm just saying. So what were they really up to with the Novid? Was it something like along these lines, is that they're throwing CC out there because they know that there's a cycle that happens and they're marketing that, making a few quid, get the money, run where? Off pond? Is that where they're going? Or are they already out there and just left a skeleton crew in the middle bit here? Now, what if they are actually trying to save it? Would that be beyond the bounds of possibility that they are too demonic and too evil to actually save themselves? Maybe that's the case. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that it seems that there's an exterior force based on high-level electromagnetic weaponry that has reset civilization over and over again. They tell us in the allegory, they tell us in the architecture, they tell us in the statues, they tell us in the alchemical formula that this is the case. So, and let's just get stuck into it anyway, guys, because there's a lot to get through. So, welcome one and all. Please share this out if you possibly can. YouTube's gone to shit. I tell you what, they don't like truth anyway. Yeah, they try and fact check this, like, you know, this is I've gone into this case for like literally 5 years now. I've read about half a dozen books. I could give you all of the evidence to backtrack and follow for yourself that what I'm actually saying or proposing has got any validity to it. Make your own fucking minds up. I'm just, looking at the biggest case of all, and that's reset of civilization and covering it up. And they got everyone believing, or just telling everyone through the indoctrination, the television, the movies, the books, the education system, all of the rest, that they're living on a spinning ball in impossible speeds in the vacuum of fucking space. And, you know, the solidification of their process was like nailed this week, guys, when they've done that stupid shit with the moon. It was so, and should we go to CGI? I was like, fucking, obviously, it always goes to fucking CGI. And then they show you the most ridiculous thing ever, and they say you're living on it. You're never, ever going to see anything. Why are they fucking on YouTube, cranking up and just live on YouTube and saying, look, check this out of the fucking window? They can't do that shit, and they won't do that shit. The feed was... It's these terrible sky clapping people. They're not even us. I don't know what's going on with them. It must be me. They're like them dancing nurses or them fucking crisis actors that just shit out of nowhere. All of them. They're all the same. They all look the same dead eyes. Who are they? I've been watching this. Just hit you up with this. I've been watching this Audit in Britain. Now, it is really interesting. These go into these massive industrial estates in Britain, and there's these massive places, and they're supposed to be police stations, but they're not police stations, and they're full of coppers with high security, and they're in every city, and they're like, what the fuck are they? They look like they got zombie-proof gates and stuff. And you think to yourself, well, what exactly are they fucking doing? It's almost like I've said before, invasion of the body snatchers, and they got these places, and there's just something going on, and there's only a few of us that are, you know, all right. It seems like that, guys. It really fucking does. It's spooky as shit at this stage of the game, okay? Not freaking anyone out. 500 of you just turned up. Fantastic for that. Enjoy the show. We got loads of good stuff, very current and, you know, truthy. So, as you can see, I'm Marticus Farticus Esquire, VSOP today. Synthetic, indeed, says Three Fingers. Just shouting that out there. Why not? Fucking synthetic it up. Eh? Well, row bottom. That's row bottom, isn't it? It's another Phoenician thing. I knew he was supposed to be a Freemason. I'm just saying. It's weird. Row bottom. Hi, Ryan. Good to see you. Z? Yes. Codename Z. It sounds fantastic. It sounds proper. I don't know. World War Z. Yeah, it sounds proper Renaissance. No. Yeah, the Renaissance of the Resistance. I said it right first time, which is what this is. Because I don't see any other resistance out there. What? Fucking Extinction Rebellion were in my city the other day. Oh, for fuck's sake. They all had their gay pride t-shirts on and their NASA t-shirts on and their masks. Thinking they're doing a good thing for humanity while they're just not giving a fucking shit. But their intentions, I guess, are good. They're just heavily brainwashed, aren't they? It's a fucking, like Alan said, it's a big club you ain't in it. Exactly that, treasure hunt. Exactly that. But he was one of them too, wasn't he? They wouldn't let him on stage saying, "I'll have you on vibe." I know, but he wasn't Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and he wasn't Insider. Love vibe. Good to see you. That man knew too much, and man knew way too much. Nobody else knew that stuff that he knew on stage, except for probably Alex Jones's first incantation. Anyway, let's get stuck in. Soul Sister. Still digging that name. Soul Sister, Soul Sister. Okay, don't break out into song early in the try to fight that feeling that I need to break out into song all the time. So do it, guys. Right then. YouTube's gone to shit. Check this out, right? So I've had about half a dozen emails, loads of messages this week saying, you haven't made a video in 4 months, Matt. No, because YouTube sort of buried them. And I'm guessing that everyone will catch up in time, but they don't tip people off. This is the case that you got to click these freaking things here, the live icon. Voila, there's my videos. Okay? And there's a short. So it's really stupid. And this shit out of nowhere today as well. I'm guessing this is that YouTube handle. I would have liked to have chose it, but I can't find where to choose it. 1358. I had to go and look the year up. I was like, oh shit. It's actually like a common year era day. Started on a Monday, 1358. I was like, what? It's like, okay. So just coincidentally, because I do that sort of thing. But that's just shit out of nowhere, and they keep doing these changes. So if you are watching this video, okay, they are current. You just got to click these things. Eventually, I'm guessing everyone will get it, because otherwise it looks like I've got 4 months old videos. Thanks everybody for joining in FEB membership. Let's get stuck in. Now, for years, about 5 years now, been looking into the biggest what they call natural event to happen in American history, which was the fault line in Missouri, New Madrid, having the biggest earthquake in American history, or in history, in modern history, on par with Santorini. So this book, I've read it like about 3 times now. And I'm going to summarize some of it, and I'm going to show you some stuff that you may or may not have known concerning this. So I'm not going to tell you the story on all of that, but it's just the key points we need. Okay, guys. So this guy, John Bradbury, goes to the epicenter, or 20 miles near, after the occasion. Okay. The earthquakes shook the nation, like the whole of America shook, and the impact nationally, the sign of the times. The earthquakes, the comet, wars, and rumors of wars considered portents, because around 1812, as you know, there's a war going on. So New Madrid is pronounced red, mad red, apparently. So I read in the etymology. So there's conspiracies out there that even in this book, which I will link below in the descriptions box later on today, that there seems to be some sort of fuckery going on. Now, what you find is this damage and destruction is across America, even cracked pavements in Washington, D.C., Boston, as far away from Missouri as that. And this, the effects on animals and people. I'm reading this over and over again concerning these comet affairs and these calendar change dates as well. You know, these reset dates. So terror and alarm, physical symptoms, disequilibrium, okay, effect, commencing in deaths on land, on the river, construction, structures, casualties, the earthquake, and the senses, the sounds, the sights, the smells of earthquakes. Now, and they go into the causation. Okay, now seismology is not a really big thing at this stage of the game, but what you're finding is they do have techniques for telling you how, the magnitude back then. So New Madrid on the River Missouri, okay, on a bend, has a big Starfort on it called Fort Pitt. There's another Fort Pitt in Pennsylvania. That's not this one. This is the Missouri Fort Pitt. It's quite a big structure. We're going to look at it a bit later. Now, what you find is this, what this book mentions, and I will link to you. Now, so there were shocks nationwide. Okay, it states in this book that it produced a magnificent comet. What? So there's a correlation, they say, in between the comet and the earthquakes, and wonderful eclipses at this period. Wonderful eclipses produced by earthquakes. So in this book, it suggests, and it's not the only book that I got that suggests it either, is that there's a magnificent comet and there's wonderful eclipses and the earth shakes and there is a tremendous noise, a noise like the loudest thunder you've ever heard before. It sounds hollow and vibrating, and it leaves ringing in your ears. The whole time that any of this was happening, there's ringing in your ears, like tinnitus. What you're looking at here is another event, exactly the same MO, Lisbon. Now, Lisbon was damaged and completely wiped out by a tsunami and earthquake in the year of 1755. Another year when a comet appeared. Also, the city of Boston, the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, suffered serious damage and almost destroyed in an earthquake in the year 1755. There is a correlation. Also, we'll look at the other events in a minute. So what you're finding here is you're getting a reverberation, a liquefaction, mud flood, and then buildings just sinking into the ground. So if you go further back in time, you've got Port Royal. the entire spit, the entire place, the wickedest city on earth, falls into the ground like this with liquefaction because of an earthquake. And here it is, the Missouri fault line. Okay. Now, if you go in on, that looks like a Starfort. If you go in on, you know, tectonic movement and current geology and stuff, I think you'll have a little rethink after this. So you get these blowholes, these sand blowholes all over the area, and they give you the, you know, the liquefaction underneath. So, you know, if you vibrate, say, the liquid underneath, okay, or there's an upward force, maybe this reverberation would liquefy everything, and everything would just be absolutely wrecked. So, excuse me, that's another lovely little Starfort. So this one on this peninsula here is on that bend in the river. It's a nice big chunky Starfort you see here for Fort Pitt. And there's a little Starfort there we're going to look into a little bit later in New Orleans, because the entire area was completely wrecked. So this is it, Fort Pitt. So they had a Starfort there. And they say it was a village of a couple of hundred people, and it was a bit of an outpost. It was New Madrid. So the Missouri River ran backwards, and there was a comet, the same comet that Napoleon can see while he's traipsing his troops to Moscow, only to find it completely empty of a population, except for some Germans that were left behind to light fires. So it's damage Moscow. So where all the population of Moscow in 1812? Well, you see here is an experiment, pressure experiment, trying to pull this thing apart, vacuum, but it's connected with Kirchner's magneticum. This is a magnetics experiment. And this disc I've seen in alchemical depictions, I think is some sort of weapon. So stuff in the sky. There's been some weird stuff in the last couple of days. I've seen a few UFO posts on Facebook, and these things shooting stars, you know, they're not like, you know, there's been that Perseus storm, and there was that alignment. Can you remember during lockdown? Me and my son completely witnessed the alignment. It was, I think it was, I don't know, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, all lined up completely. And then we both seen shooting stars, and this was during lockdown, you know, and there was planetary stuff happen. So the comet, are they telling us in alchemical depictions and architecture that a comet is a resetter? Now, my son said to me when we were talking about this, discussing it, he was like, yeah, it's a magnet, Dad. It's like, what? It's magnetic. It's electromagnetic, Dad. I was like, yeah. And as it comes across the ether, okay, agitating it, increasing EM, it pulls underneath the ground any iron things, or just agitates and causes liquefaction. It's an electromagnetic weapon of sorts, if you like. And it's shot in laterally. You know, maybe there's some sort of, you know, war going on with these in heaven. You know, it's sound, it's vibration. You know, this angel is blowing a trumpet. It's creating, you know, what looks like a comet, maybe some sort of star. And then you got everyone dropping dead, and it's something about the water as well. Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Because it's all about the water, isn't it? So if you get a sound loud enough, as I will show you in a minute, at Stanford University have practiced recently, you can get a sound so loud that it'll boil water. A sound so loud it can boil water. So what if there was a sound so loud that it could boil water underneath, maybe, causing earthquakes, volcanoes, spreading through fissures where they've been maybe pouring shit into the ground, like fracking, part of it maybe, because they got free energy. So what exactly were they pouring into the ground? I always thought it was something to do with some sort of reset electrolyte or something like that, you know, to help it along later on for them. Apparently, when that crazy prime minister just come in last time, this Truss, she like lifted the fracking ban. Everyone starts opening up the fracking again. There's a load of earthquakes in England. And then the new prime minister closes fracking all in the space of 2 months. So what? You've just had the biggest pandemic in human history. And the first thing you can think about is getting fracking fucking on. Makes no sense to me. And they got free energy. So what exactly are they doing with the fracking? There's a religious depiction, Byzantine. And again, you see Jesus, if that is Jesus, looking like a black Jesus, blowing a trumpet and causing antiquity to fall, just like the walls of Jericho. Sound and vibration. And these things, this is in Peru, but you can see them in Mesoamerica. There's some have been attributed to the Olmecs. I've seen them on in Russia, in Nova Zelima, on the beach there. Some of them are encrusted in cliff walls. Large, perfectly spherical orbs. And this one, I'm not sure. It looks like an armadillo, but there's 2 Tauruses I noticed, just like the yin yang. So there's something deliberate. I just can imagine this thing spinning. Can you imagine if you're spinning at an incredible velocity, okay? And it's electromagnetic. Can you imagine the disturbance it would cause below a resetter? So there's another code I've been looking into, was basically the Melancholia code. The Melancholia code is a series of alchemical depictions which give you a hint, comets being part of reset. In this case, they give you a sort of time of the reset as well. So there was concerning New Madrid, again, with with the moon cycle. So eclipses, okay, if you're flat earth, you're not going to go with what they're saying. We find it impossible anyway with the umbra, the way it's on the Earth's face. It's just not going to happen like that anyway. It's just ridiculous. The 400 times bigger sun and 400 times smaller moon in the blocking. It's just all really silly, but there is something going on. And this is, again, Kirchner's Magneticum. I love it how he proposes to pose in torus fields. But so the moon, it just could have been the sun, another sun, when we got 2 suns in the past. And it's no longer a sun. It's just dormant. Or not even a physical object. So these are Kirchner's basically Magneticum books, which go into like the advances of electromagnetics, like literally in the 18th century. It's really advanced stuff. You get these orbs as well. You see these little people in them. You see your distortion, Magneticum, and you get these orbs, which you see everywhere in antiquity. These are magnetic orbs. Now, I can't imagine if these are real-sized people. I don't know if these have something to do with teleportation even, but they look like exactly like them things you see in Joe 90, the orb thing, or whether these are actually tiny people, homunculus. And they got dragons in the smaller ones as well. And they are to do with magnetics. So magnetics are pretty advanced back then. And you got the Schockenhausen, which was a weapon used in World War II, but they didn't have much success with it, the Germans, because basically everyone got a bit of a reverb going on in their bum. And they all shot themselves, which is rather unfortunate on the battlefield, don't you know? just going over the top. Oh, fucking hell, Charlie. And then there's Antiquitech, which seems to have been much more active in the past, as you can see on these things. And they seem to be trying to stop the Antiquitech, but it's got St. Elmo's fire on it. St. Elmo's fire on the Antiquitech buildings. Can that happen again? And there she sits in wait again with this perfect sphere thing. And Melancholia. She's bored. She knows how this shit goes down. And then there's this code as well, the bell ringing in the ears, and the hourglass, time. Yeah, well, there's something suspicious going on with time as well. It's folding in on itself. It doesn't hold anymore. The days and doesn't even seem like days anymore. And but it's a construct, isn't it? We all invent time ourselves, don't we? It's just one of their bullshit things. But with this code, Melancholia code, you get the comet, and she sits, and the rainbow, and she sits. She knows what's going on. She just sits. She lies in wait, a bit bored. Reset again. Can it be averted? Well, it's a vibrational quality that causes it. And this comet is the electric magnetics. And she's writing it here, the burst, the eagle that blinds you. So there's a sound so loud that it bursts your eardrums. If you check on my channel, I'll show you reset victims in Russia in the late 1800s, or with bleeding ears from a combustion wave or some really loud sound. Some people said Tunguska was like, no, because that's like, it was 20 years after. So you check that out on my channel. So I was thinking a really bright light blinded and a really big sound deafened with this thing that I've seen Christ ride in. So I got to think about, whoa, maybe, you know, because they say that, you know, they've seen some sort of hint that Lucifer might be some sort of weapon. Is Christ the anti-weapon for the reset of civilization? Could it be that? And that is the salvation, a sound, a vibration that can create an equilibrium and stop this happening. So there's Kirchner's Mundus Subterraneous. And they show you everyone blowing in wind, but it's actually electromagnetics on this round disc world, which looks nothing like ours, by the way. And it's always got this chain that's hanging there. Anyway, moving on. Excuse me. So I'll share this book to you. It's a rather fantastic bookage, and it's from, what is the date on this? Bloody really early. 1665, or a year before 1666. And it's basically a study of comets, philosophy, and of blazing stars visible over Europe, and a study of what they could be. And it states down here, threaten the world with famine, bring plagues and wars. Okay, blazing stars do. To princes death, and to kingdoms many crosses. So we've just had the death of the Queen of England and Philip. You can't make this shit up. A completely new fucking monarchy. Okay. To all estates invariable losses. So like everyone loses cities because everything gets mud flooded and flattened. And herdsmen, rot, ploughmen, and I think that's seasons. Oh yeah, because of the seasons. And sayers, storms, cities, and whatever that says. Civil treasons. So yeah, it's a study of the comets that have turned up in the past and a discourse for that. And it says there that there's a famine, there's disease, and there is the replace of kings or princes, and it happens every single reset. You can't even make it up. Here's another one. I'll share this as well. This one's crazy. Now, many of you may be aware of this, but it's just what exactly, you know, all of this narrative kills heliocentrism, stone dead, because you can't have, like, especially with Katushka's comet that I talked about in New Madrid, the split off into two different directions. It's not really possible when it's supposed to be, you know, doing what it say it's doing, orbiting the sun. So the true and wonderful narrative of two entire particular phenomena, which was seen in the sky in Germany. The first happened near Riga, seaport of what is Latvia now, where multiple people have seen the sky open, a coffin, fiery rods, 3 dead heads, a serpent, a pyramid, and the second was in Kirchberg, 4 German miles from the city of Albing, where there was 48 hours of virulent lightning and thunderclap. So 2 solid days of thunder and lightning. Now, earthquakes. Back to earthquakes. Now, it seems that with the narrative for San Francisco, there were loud noises and bangs heard prior to the event that happened 5 a.m. in the morning. But earlier that night, loads of people reported hearing really loud banging and rumbling. Quinky dink? Subterranean murmurings But is there some technology going on? Because I really do think so. So sky opened. I don't know what they're talking about with the sky opening, and all of these things fired him through. A lot of people sort of put it in the realms of UFOs, but this is like astronomical phenomena. You know, I've got a painting on my wall which shows you them. And a 48-hour thunderclap, that must absolutely suck. So a sound so loud it can instantly boil water. So imagine that is a sound really, really, really loud, and it can boil the water that's in the water table. What would happen? Would it vent, wouldn't it? It'd vent in the ways of going into the mud in the earth, causing liquefaction and mud flood, wouldn't it? Well, it would. And it would cause volcanoes, and it would cause fissures and cracks with the pressure, and that would cause tremendous earthquakes. So this is the technology, is vibrational quality. This is what's causing, maybe the last reset was Antiquitech gone bad. We have suggested this, guys, haven't we? So I think it's this orb thing is too prominent in antiquity. You can't really miss it. It's in with religion as well. And this is Kirster's Magneticum, an early book, but it goes into the advances. And you see these crucibers here, all of this locking mechanism. So I'm thinking, like, you know, this place is just like a clock. It's a watch. Antarctica, tick-tock. It's a watch. It's a clock. It's precision. And it's like, you know, you get to the 12th hour, ding, ding, dong, on the 12th hour, guys. Okay, just like a clock. It's just precision, and it is, because the sky's precision. It's all precision. The only thing that's not precision is them motherfuckers when they do stupid shit like fucking with our circadian rhythms and altering the clock for their financial gain. Fuckos. Anyway, so there were other events as well. Basically, let me get back to, New Madrid. So there were other events that happened in America. Now, New Madrid was completely wiped out prior to this event between 1628 and 1782. Also, it was a 3-phase event, and there were tsunamis, fuck tons of people killed. I think there was more than what they're saying. So a big whammy for me and a big clue, I think, was this, guys. Okay. One predominant thing they mention in this book, which I find fascinating, okay, is all the clocks stopped. All the clocks stopped in the area, like everywhere, when it happened. And it suggested, you know, that it was just producing eclipses and producing, you know, like that there's some direct correlation. And why wouldn't there be? It makes perfect sense to me, guys. What? Comet goes over close by. We don't exactly know what the fuck they are. Everything starts rocking. Everything starts liquefying. And there's like some sort of Armageddon happens. Tsunamis, floods. Noah's flood, which we're in the, you know, end throw of, so to speak. Is any of this making sense? So these further events as well, there was another rumbling or another big volcano that happened in 1912. First one was in 16th of December, 1911. Then there was one 23rd of January, 1812, and then later in the month as well. Richmond in Virginia, Washington, Norfolk, Virginia, all smashed in what was that scale of earthquake. It's hard to imagine that it could go them. It's not really loading. Then vast distances, but there you go. It seems that they did. Okay. Another thing that the book reports, which I found was really interesting, okay, was that witnessed were vast electrical columns shooting from the eastern horizon prior to the earthquake. So vast electrical columns shooting from the eastern horizon. Another interesting point as well was the British sailors were complaining that they couldn't navigate the seas in the year of 1812 because of some electromagnetic problems and horrendous seas. which, left them ill-equipped for, the battles that were going to happen on the plateau map later. So a coinky dink or not, there's another eclipse coming, guys, in 2024. And what do you know? Falls right on the 27th latitude line, and it happens to be going straight through Missouri and New Madrid. Again, in 2 years' time. So dig that this book, states that there's a correlation between these worst geological events in human history or American history connected with a magnificent comet, yet to show, unless it is up there. People have seen two suns. And wonderful eclipses. So there's a total eclipse of the sun, and there's the path in April 8th, 2024, and it goes, the totality is just missed, but it goes right near Missouri and onto the fork in the Missouri. Seems to be on the totality line there, right on the path. I would be interested to know how many of these places on the path would have massive Starfort systems. I can guarantee Cleveland and Buffalo and Indianapolis and Dallas would have. San Antonio probably as well. Really interesting. So that's happening, and it goes straight over New Madrid fault line. 2 years' time. Not that I'm saying that's going to cause any violent things happening, but there is the coinky dink that Dutch Sensi this week saying that there's earthquake activity and stuff's livening up in the Missouri, in the New Madrid fault line. And he's saying to keep an eye on it because it's more active than it has been in a while. Don't look at that. So there it is. They give you the real time when this totality is going to be happening. And you can go visit here, Waco, Texas. Oh, dear. And the nearest place I noticed to it on the Missouri, there's a town just west to it. I can't really find it. There you are, Cape Garadio, which is a name of a guy that I was looking into, is associated with the building of that Starfort, which was built by a guy called George Morgan. So, Quinky Dink? Maybe. Another book, just to add to the weight of the case, is Disorders of Health by Changes in Air. So it's changes in atmospherical origins cause epidemics. Now, regardless of whether they just threw a weird psyop and made everyone run scared and go and have joy juice, is what they did. Okay, gaslit everybody. There's still something happening out there, wasn't there? So was it in the water? Well, all of the deaths following 1811, there was an epidemic of cholera. And if you look into the issue, but where did all the people go? They say, there was a terrible cholera epidemic following the events of 1812 to account for all of the deaths. And Europe plummeted into the worst winter that it ever had. Here's Napoleon troops getting chased out of Russia. Apparently an army of like 500,000, something like 14,000 get back or something. Sorry about that. Here we have a Cossack and the French elite, inspecting, the plunder of their invasion into the Russian lands, only to find everybody's disappeared when they get to Moscow. So there's the Russian and the Russian ballet, I guess you could say. He looks a bit of a giant, doesn't he? And walls have yours. They've got spies everywhere in that world. There's a bit of a police state going on. And Napoleon, come and check out my beautiful Moscow. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, where is everybody? Good question. Seems to be missing. So I definitely think it's a reset. I think that, quinky dink, the cholera is a waterborne parent virus or bacteria. Yeah, viruses are not real. Bacteria, let's say. Organism, better. attributed to killing umpteen millions during this period. You know, some people say, oh yeah, well that's where the orphan trains were as well. They all died of cholera epidemic. So it looks like a reset to me. You got some what look like Russian Orthodox cooking the butcher. So it's everything's going in, rewrite of history. Okay, ancient history, ancient testament. You got your rhetorical art, treatise of Cavalera, so that's the chivalric rights and something to do with angels. And they just put it all in a big broth and cooking it up. And then they're going to divvy out the rest of humanity on a game of cards. I'll give you Poland. Oh, I fancy a bit of Czech Republic. And they'll play for countries, which happened in World War II, and they do that, the elites. It's like people mean shit all to them. So definitely something going on. This is in Europe, obviously, 1811. They're a bit stupid, apparently. He's got a little tiny head, and he's got his telescope the wrong way around. Probably a NASA fanboy, if I'm not mistaken. And they show you that the troops are getting round in 1812. We're going to look at this in a minute. The ballooning history, slightly. And an Armada as well. Got some guy sitting on the moon. Well, you would, wouldn't you? Surprise! Jack in a box. Year 1811. 1812, excuse me. Seems a bit of a joke. Why? Wasn't it there? And it's just like this. This is just like an Illuminati web of orthodox and everything connected with their matrix, which is a very intricate matrix that they have laid. And this candle, which may be thought of as Luciferian because it's a candle. And Rome, Paris, Storum, that could be Stockholm, New York, London, and Constantinople. The flames. And they're just trying to get out of the way of whatever, the pikes. Oh, I love these maps when they make maps of human heads. So, yeah, Europe was having all of this happening. They must have been scared to see these ghost armies coming in. What's going on there? Look at that guy there. Can you see him? Pennywise the clown. I'm just going to push your face and I'll shit and fake everything seems to be. Especially the years on the calendar. Look, we'll shove that year 1812 down your fucking throat, mate. How would you like that? So what's that statement actually saying by actually chucking a year, throwing a year with a gun butt down somebody's throat? There's a certain message in that year, don't you think? Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually turned off the calendar. So there's the new Madrid. You had a nice big, as I said, nice juicy Starfort. No coinky dink that all of this stuff seems to be happening, and they got Starfort there as well. Got to be a correlation. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I'm going to come back slightly. Stop sharing. See what everybody is saying in the house. 816 of you watching. Super fantastic. Now, so could they be electromagnetic, pulling shit up as they're going through? It makes perfect sense, guys. You know, I was just going on the agitation of EM and stuff when it comes to comets, but clocks stopping. You get that when people die as well, don't you? Clocks stopping is a biggie. And another thing as well is it created this apparent event, a violent tempest, but without any wind. So some sort of like combustive wave, maybe. I can't even imagine what they mean by that, but I think I get it. So, yeah, that's where I got to. I'm thinking comets. I think all of this is artificial, and I think they're reset, and I think that's what is going on. And I think that it can be averted, and I think that this is a technology, and I think that it's maybe out of their control. Maybe they are not as far as we are, maybe. Who even knows? But you got to appreciate the weirdness that's been going on, guys, in the last couple of years. Is this what it's all about? Fuck yeah. Something going on with nature, with all of it. Yeah, the sky. Chemtrailing. Why are they blocking the sky? 5G. What the fuck is that? all of these electromagnetic changes and everyone getting high-pitched sounds in their ears. How many people have said, oh, I got terrible tinnitus to me in the last year or so? It's unbelievable. And I got it myself, guys, you know, where this... So there was a hum. There's an audible noise in the background. Some people in Britain call it the Bristol hum. It's been recorded. It's in the background. It's a hum sound. Once you hear it, it gets really fucking annoying. We do have it here in Cardiff. But I seen a video only this week where they suggested that the hum has been talked about since at least the 1700s. People have been hearing this hum. So it's not like I'm saying this is like a newfangled technology. I'm saying this is a ancient, the worldly superior technology that they use on the fan. Because what exactly do we know about our realm, guys? You know, standing on a place, you know, and some people think, oh, yeah, it's a spinning ball in space. It's just like, what? How do you know? And they bring up a phone for reality. Because it's on fucking YouTube. Oh, all right. Whatever. So anyway, we're moving on. That was the first part of this post. I'm sure there was more to it than that. But anyway, we'll get to some philosophical thinkings a bit later. And we're going to have our friend Z over in a little bit. So 829 of you watching. Super fantastic. Great. Please make sure to share this out. I'm going to have a little bit of a giggle along the way. So yeah, fancy that. It's no coinky dink. There's going to be an eclipse there again. And it's murmuring. And there's a connection between them eclipses. Ooh, stinks, it stinks, it stinks. Okay, we're moving on. So I've been looking at going here. This is an interesting place, and it's the most southern island in the Great British Isle called the Scilly Islands. And they're not silly at all. They're actually beautiful. They look a bit like Madeira, if you like. And there's some rather interesting things on there, which I'll show you now. Excuse me. So there's a Starfort, a Star Castle Hotel on the Scilly Islands. And there's an island called St. Martin there as well, which really needs some investigating. So my plan is going to go there, sail there from Cardiff, because it's like a day south. All you got to do is follow the Devon and Cornish coast down to, this is 24 miles off of Land's End, basically. And they put a big hotel on it, and they even called it the Star Hotel as well, which is rather groovy. So if you don't know, let's just orientate you. If you don't know where the, excuse me. Oh. What I find interesting, as I'll show you some old maps, is this, it's an archipelago of islands. They're made of granite, and they are reasonably far off the coast of Britain. 24 miles, apparently, nautical miles, that is. This is Land's End. And this island here, St. Agnes, is the southernmost island in Britain, seven more than, excuse me, sorry for that, seven more than the Channel Islands. But what I find fascinating is the whole thing looks like it's a Starfort. This bit here, this prominent here, it's got Starfort attributations. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. What, the whole thing? You got that little Starfort. We were looking at, you know, the hotel, Star Hotel. Fine. But I'm talking this, like, this is Garrison Walls. This whole thing, this whole island looks like it's a Starfort. Look at this. You see what I mean? There's more going on. There's a lot of Neolithic antiquity. There's a couple of towns and a few islands. And it's beautiful blue waters, and it's bang on the Gulf Stream. So they have horrendous windy winters. The winters are shit on this side to the prevailing winds. But if you're on this side, if you're in the lay of the land, it's not so bad. But they have beautiful summers. Their February temperature is 15 degrees. So it's warm down there. It's the warmest place in Britain. So we're looking, it's only one day sailing from Cardiff. So we're looking at going down there. I've got to get a boat to get down there. My son got a boat. I haven't got a boat. He's going to sail off into the sunset with Miss Boaty Woman any day soon. I can just feel that. So I need a boat. And that's a good place to go and check out for safety and just to check it out. I'm going to go there anyway. It's absolutely fantastic. And it's a natural archipelago. It really has the feel of the Pacific. But these massive Starfort prominence, there's much more going on with these islands. There must be. Must be that big. It's like 10% of the island is a Starfort, and they got their own flag as well, which I thought was interesting. Different colours going on, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. So there's nothing silly about Scilly. The whole thing looks Starforty. The whole thing does to me. Even these ones look a bit Starforty. So well worth an investigation later on down the line. And the Isles of Scilly, which are not silly at all. So, excuse me. Tresco, and they're full of sunken ships and abbeys as well. So St. Martin's. There's also, I think there's a St. Lawrence there as well. But a St. Martin, no coinky dink. Higher town. Higher town than St. Martin. Can't make it up, can you? And it's an archipelago. So anchoring here would be lovely. Out of the way, prevailing winds. Scilly Islands. Worth a look. Now, history books do lie to you guys. No, they don't, Matt. Yeah, they do. I'm sorry, but they do. They fucking do. So they tell you in the official narrative that the first transatlantic balloon flight was on August the 11th, 1978. As recent as that. 137 hours flight time. So they didn't even nail it like more recent than that. That's the first time there. Okay, apparently 1978, the first transatlantic balloon flight, according to the official narrative. But when you look into antiquity, that's not the case. And if you look into the origins of this said book, which I have, click that link there. It takes you to the history of ballooning, which is not a work of fantasy, but a reality. And what you see here is a French book, but basically a French picture. And it states, Aerostat, my uncle, okay, returning from his voyage to America. He went from Boston to America and back again. On the 3rd of October, he arrives back in 1783. They are crossing the Atlantic in these. And these are fantastic, by the way, because if you had enough of basically flying through the sky, yeah, down in the water, sails up, makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah, doesn't it? And it doesn't state in that book, it says in the history of ballooning that this actually happened. So they lie like shit. That's just, they'll change Wikipedia now. I'll link that up later. Anyway, let's moving on. I don't know. Have you seen these in California? This is fan-fucking-tastic. I wonder if they take male nuns. I'll join a nunnery. So what do they do all day? So these nuns in California are stoner nuns. They're doing a bit of smudging. And this is not just weed, guys. This is structured holy weed. Blessed, loved, nurtured, coached by nuns. And I don't think this weed must be like strong weed. Look at the nun angels. So they're basically, their total job in life, their mission in life is to heal humanity using buds. There they are doing a bit of trimming. So that's how they spend their days. And the rest of the time, they're just toking it up and getting fucking hammered, as you do when you're a nun. Praise Jesus. That's what she's thinking now. God, I love you, Jesus. Jesus is cannabis. She's happy. Look at that. Mother Superior token it. She's not even hiding it. Huh? Oh, this strain's making me feel all horny. Oh, me too. I tell you what, this nun's a bit of a looker. She's got a bit of evil makeup on as well, hasn't she? Yeah, I know. There they are, out in the fields, nurturing, touching, and blessing, and singing at these plants. So they become magical qualities. None devoted to cannabis. There you are. They made the papers. It's fucking brilliant. America, it's just brilliant. Yeah, the American dream. Right here, right now, guys. Look at her. She don't need a baby. I don't want a baby. Fuck babies. Look at all my ganja. I know, babe. I know. Oh, hang on a minute. I know how you thought they were on cocaine. No, that is a little cloud. I know. No, they're growing cannabis. Don't get high on your eye supply. Oh, I love them. So, history for sale soon. A little ways down the road. Down the road. We're an hour in, about half an hour or so. Nuns sativa, random. None shall pass. None 420. Nunderwear. I know. So here's a couple of Freemasons discussing, covering up history and the what they know and we don't know. I wonder if not insulting anybody or anything. Probably am. I don't know. Washington, George Washington. You know he was English. Maybe he was a switcheroony. Like Georgina Washington. No, I'm just saying. Have you seen this match of the intelligence? They go like literally in the 1800s. They got a giant automated robot, sweeping up the shit of the Matrix. I wonder if they actually had them. It's got a castle on top. I saw it anyway. So, Jesus getting nailed up as you do, and you've got a reset civilization behind you. Get that? Everyone's living in caves because everything's been reset. And then you got this in the corner, this orb that is busting out of the sky. And there's a guy, there's a floaty guy coming out of it. Some interpan-dimensional being. This other place, it's really close by, isn't it? Yeah. So this is Kate Bush Appreciation Second. Yeah, she's awfully posh though, isn't she, Kate Bush? Too posh. This happened in the 1800s as well, where in America land, where you had something like 40,000 or ridiculous tens of thousands of stars falling from the sky were witnessed all over America. Happened all night, apparently. So not exactly a conventional meteor storm. Oh, wouldn't it be... I was just thinking what it'd be like to live in a dry and arid land. It would suck. I don't think I'd like it. I'm from Wales, and everything's juicy and green and muddy. They got like little palm tree things going, but it's all dry. You got these waters coming through, gratefully, but I don't know. It's just too fucking dry, isn't it? Somebody lives there. So Leonardo painted this 1500s, and it's apparently Christie's said it was the most important and most expensive painting ever sold, according to Christie's. So, a bit of a story behind it. Apparently, it's been bought because it contains hidden codes that we know not of. It says it's Jesus holding a crystal, it actually states, crystal orb, like a crystal ball, like fortune teller. It's got the X code going on, and it says that he's in a blue dress with some expensive jewels going on. It looks way, well, I'm guessing what if you're a god, if you're son of God, you're gonna have weird as fuck eyes, aren't you? Because you're not, half human, half god. So I'd expect that. Doesn't seem to have much of a go-to going on. It seems to have a little dent going on here as well. I don't know. Not trying to investigate Jesus. I'm just saying, guys. So a vision of the future is these sky trains, and they're like pneumatic, and they got them now. They have got them now. I shit you not. Watch. I'll show you a video a little bit later. Check this out. Is this a vision of what Tartaria was like? Probably. It looked fantastic. Everything was flying. But everything's been like bastardized, and they've altered photographs to fuck, and they've just made everything so it's just like you get what you can. We appreciate that. So look at this, guys. This is where we're going in basically whatever century we're in. So here's a young female going shopping. So if this happened when I was a teenager, I don't know. It wouldn't have been very good. Okay, I don't think that's like an oversized clitoris. Okay, is what I'm saying. Something going on in their pants there, don't you say? Where are we going, babe? A tiny penis isn't such a big deal. I know, Jenny. I just kind of wish you didn't have one at all. This is where we're going, guys. Yeah. If you can chat about female, no, it's like there's the jab problem. If you've got a willy. And then all of this capitalistic bullshit that they're all into and wank. It's fucking terrible, isn't it? So a bit of mud flood going on under the city here. And you see, well, just massive walls, isn't it? Can't see any doors going on, but they're digging the mud out. And this is a protection kit. Excellent. Good. We're in Britain, we're not allowed, but we do have crystals, a bit of amethyst. What looks like I'm guessing it's a stone, but it could be an M&M or something. A stick to light your smudging stick. So these are the real things you need to survive in this place. Is she dead? I don't think so. Heather Graham is very unappreciated actress, I think. I say I don't like her because of what she did with Fat Bastard and stuff. That's disgusting. How the fucking hell did she go with Fat Bastard, guys? What? Well, I know it's not real life. That doesn't matter. I'm still psychologically scarred by it. Okay. Thank you, Heather. You're welcome, mate. See these kids? They're smart. They know what this place is. Look. Da, da, da. You missed a comet out, though. Agitate all the show all. Some artist, I think, knows what's going on, especially with the water theme and the Phoenicians. So, to mould a butt in glass. What a talent. Oh, it's a human frame in glass. What a talent. They do strange stuff. She's dead, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Olivia Neutron Bomb. Yeah. She got chills. They're multiplying. She's losing control. There she is when she was all, oh, she did a young and innocent version. And then she went all like slutty later on in the film, didn't she? Yeah. But she unfortunately died. I really liked her. I thought she was fantastic, Olivia Newton-John. Didn't you? Yeah. We all want a girlfriend like her, don't we? Yeah. I went out with a girl once, right? She said, Martin, do you want to pay doctors and nurses? I went, fuck yeah. And then she left me 3 days out in the corridor, freezing my bollocks off. This shit happens. Now, I don't know if Brian Staveley's still in the house. Never mind 2 gold legs. You have seen this? Huh? But it was a horny old butler, played by Anthony Daniels. C3PO has something a little bit extra in this Star Wars collection. I know. So, as you know, let's cut out the brothers. We are very much in the Flat Earth British, well, in this part of Flat Earth British, me, basically, fans of Daisy Duke. Not the new one, the old one. Trans investigator to your heart's content. I tell you somebody who should be trans investigated, Jamie Lee Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm not sure about Jamie Lee Curtis. She's Hollywood brat. Her father's Tony. And, you know, these notorious Hollywood actors do switcheroonies with their children, a bit like Russian bleats do, you know? So I'm thinking that, you know, with that video where she's in a leotard doing exercises in that gym, do you know that bit? Yeah. She's actually 6'4". And have a look at her now, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong. So when I was in the Merchant Navy, I used to have to tie the pilot ladder on. And they'd say, did you check the pilot ladder, Mark? Because if we lose a pilot, you know, we're going to shoot you. I was like, no, it's safe. Because that would be my responsibility, is putting pilot ladder up when I was on deck, in deck days. So yeah, he's going to have to switch over to there and go up to there to go up to the bridge. Got to have a pilot. Look at this. The wrecking of antiquity. Something really bad happened there. I wonder what it was. I don't know. Yeah, they're fucking nuts, aren't they? So this is a German doctor. Yeah. What's he got in his pocket? Sandwich for later. So they did this. Cruelest for all facts. Yeah. This guy should be like, I don't even want to say, this is just like the worst, weirdest shit ever. But they've done it. He kept this little fella alive by sewing it on his neck. I don't want to hear, oh, it's not cute. It's pitiful. I fucking love dogs. Did you know if you smell a candle, do you know what a candle flame smells like? Like burnt nose hair. I did that once. True story. Look how fucked off, right? So he's a famous actor, isn't he? Devlon. Yeah, he's a famous, like, you know, good-looking actor of the 60s. Yeah. Here's the Masbag girl, okay, who can't sing for shit. Marion Faithful, and here's her boyfriend, yeah, Mick Jagger, and he's like, I'm in a soul con because his girlfriend's off with the handsome film star, and you're a little cunt. Look at his soul con. His body language says it all, don't it? And she's like, oh, really? Tell me that again. Sulking bastard. Oh, well. That's life, boy. There's always better. And she was a bit of a stag anyway. Don't even worry about it, Mick, anyway. You got all them other women later. Jerry fucking all. Yeah. That Mexican bimp. What was her fucking name? Oh, I don't fucking know. She was a fella anyway. So here they are on the move. Except they forgot their vacuum suits because, let's be honest, it's in the desert somewhere. Oh. Another member of our Flat Earth British Appreciation Society, although I did read some terrible things about her life, actually, what she's been through, is Anne Margaret. Anne Margaret was born in Sweden, by the way. This makes perfect sense. She's a homie. I'm Scandinavian by origin. That's a nice little oasis, and I don't mean the group either. These days, if you've got an oasis, so like you're clambering across the Sahara Desert, which looks remarkably green over in the distance and flat, and then you clamber, it's like you're on your last breath. I've run out of water. My camel died way back. And then there's like a fucking 5-star hotel. Probably got everything going on there. Times change. They market everything now. So this week in Cardiff, Hollywood's here again. They were filming a film where they made a Cardiff Street, Wommaby Street, into China. They put it all Chinese and they made Chinatown. Why did they have vape shops in Chinatown? You're going to have to airbrush that out. Oh, look, Baggins. Me after finishing a small task. Ah. Wales is a bit like Hobbit land. Yeah, it is. So they're weird, aren't they, in Denver Airport? What are they trying to tell us anyway in Denver Airport? Well, this butterfly guy with all like, I don't know, atoms in one thing or molecules or something or stuff. Anyway, he's got this hand in the middle and it seems to be holding an orb with clocks, like timer on it. And there is a magnifier there as well. These things, whatever they are. And you've got a lot of communism. Is America gone communist? I'm not so sure. But so you've got Lenin here, and everything over this side seems to be Trotsky and communists. And there's a guy holding a fasces with his head chopped off, a classical works. And you've got the what look like Russian peasants. And on the other side, you've got this demonic army and Tesla stuff. Where they're looking at a screen, an X-ray maybe, or they're looking inside somebody's head on a screen with this Tesla stuff going on. And they're all watching a viewer here. Are we in a reality show just for them? So this got a bit of a different take on the Last Supper, hasn't it? They're in a big fuck off building with a lot of Latin stuff there, coded stuff. Don't know. They're usually the other one, Leonardo's. There's a camera in the corner there. You see. Do you know when I was in school? Oh, look at her. She's like no idea what's in the outside world. She just spent her entire life in rural Russia. She has no idea about normal Western stuff. Lucky her. And she's just thinking, oh, I wonder what's out there. Gone. She didn't give it another thought because it's lovely here. Oh, you hear the birds singing. You know. So, yeah, we've seen a video this week come up about the fuckery of the photographs and that in the past. Yeah, I've been talking about that for years. First time I talked about that was about 3 years ago. The adaptation of Antiquitech and stuff to photographs that were there and they were not there on others that we caught out. Me and Lee Flat Earth British, we busted a bit of that going on. So we've got to be careful. They are blocking something, and their airbrushing history is really sinister and spooky, adding people, taking people away, blacking out skies, and not doing a clear job at airbrushing and a real piss poor job of it is something else going on. No doubt about it. So, yeah, this is them aiming for the moon. See, in my head, right, if you was going to go to space, you wouldn't even have to go up. All you have to do, because it's like a curvature of Earth or something going on, they say, is just aim like laterally. Carry on going. Eventually, you're going to space, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, but they don't do that. So apparently, yeah, it went come back down in the Bermuda Triangle. Nothing goes there because apparently things go missing. So there it is. Tedious. So you apparently living on there. Okay, it's been involved. So yeah, hang on a minute. Right. So where's the moon? The moon's down there somewhere. Okay, you've got a propulsion system. Oh, well, we know stuff can't really propel in a vacuum. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt and we'll say it's expanding gases creating push and propulsion is what they say anyway. But you've got vacuum. There's no air to interact with for this gaseous happening. So I'm not getting that at all. And which way are you going? And why aren't they on? And how are you going there? And you're supposed to be 250,000 miles away from Earth. And who's taking the fucking photograph? Who's taking the photograph? I'll tell you who it is. It's the man that hand drowned in space taking space photographs. Where's the trillion billion stars? Hmm? Where's the trillion billion stars? Anyway, the joys of parenthood. Yeah. What she got to do is run in the bog quick and lock the fucking door. Let them bang. Let them bang. No aunt's going to come to them. They're just spoilt. And the dog. Fuck the dog. Let them all hang around outside. You can't even have a piss. Anybody been there? Yeah, I know. I hear all the women nodding. Fuck yeah, they won't leave me alone. I know. So everything is actually fake. And it's not being just obnoxious or awkward or anything. It's just, it is, isn't it? Because you've got like a CGI Rona, nobody's ever seen because it's basically down on the indistinguishable, like the quantum realm and everything else, all over again. So you can't really verify this for yourself. Apparently, they put men on the moon. Okay, planes hit towers, right? Nukes are real. They literally implode something into another dimension and explode it out again based on E equals MC squared. So solidifying all of what Einstein never said. And then there's evolution. Okay. So we're space monkeys. Yeah. But monkeys are still monkeys, mad. Yeah. I know that. But shut up. Okay. And then there's the globe with zero fucking evidence whatsoever because it looks proper flat to me. And it's testable. Okay. Dinosaurs. They can't shag. Dinosaurs would never be able to feed themselves. Look at him. Yeah. That is T-Rex, apparently, okay? And he is, I'm not being unpleasant, a spastic. Okay, he's got philidomite hands. How's he going to get food in his fucking mouth? How do they reproduce? Because they can't get on top of one another because he's got a big fucking tail in the way, unless there's some weird process like slugs. But anyway, if you believe in quantum mechanics, why would they have these dinosaurs existing, roaming around this realm for hundreds of millions of years? What would be, what would they be? What would be their purpose? Why would the wave function collapse for stupid big fucking lizards anyway? Makes no sense, does it? They're stupid. They're really stupid. I'm sick of shit of dinosaurs. Anyway, the International Fake Station is falling away from Earth at what? 17,500 miles an hour, 17 times more than the speed of a bullet. Okay. And climate change. Okay. Which is, the permafrost's melting. We're going to have an extinction level event from a bug that's going to escape from the tundra and kill you all with a gamma ray burst. And we'll probably end up crashing into Andromeda some way in the future as well. If the sun doesn't go red dwarf and encompass the whole inner solar system. But don't worry about it. Everything's okay. So, yeah, war sucks. Yeah. He's a 16-year-old boy. Yeah. And he's like hiding in the corner eating a sandwich and he's breaking his fucking heart. Yeah. That's somebody's little boy. And what's he doing in war anyway? They're nuts. They're proper nuts. See this granny? She got it down. Yeah. So she's a good grower and she looks after them, but she put hers in a wheelbarrow in case she needs to run with them. She's a genius. She's a genius, old lady. We love you. So have you seen this? Who fancies a bit of chicken? So in 1957, chickens look like chickens and they were only 900 grams. And then 78 goes up to like 2,000 grams and a bit plumper. 2005, 4,200 grams. What are they now? And it's all just chemicals that are injected into them and added water and stuff. It's just, and then we got to eat it into our diet and ingest into our bodies. No, thank you. That's a few billion in gold. That's what it looks like. Is that what it's all based on? Is that why they tax us on the weight of gold? Because it's all fiat currency. They're making it all up. They print what they fucking need. And this stuff has some other importance that is not just the monetary fucking equality. Okay, there's Iron Mike, who's a true appreciation. Oh, imagine what that smells like. Let's just take a breath and imagine. Try and imagine what Iron Mike is smelling right now. Hi, Paul Cook. Oh, yeah, it smells good. Smells good. He's a good appreciator, isn't he? Man, what is hypocrisy? Hypocrisy is when you think an eagle egg should be protected by law, but not a preborn human. That's how weird and nuts this place is, guys. So he's one of the gang, apparently. So this is our new prime minister, Sajid. I don't even fucking know. And he's here with Trudeau and Klaus Schwab and a couple of other whoever's, and they're all in the Hawaiian shirt brigade. I think there's something else a little bit deeper going on, don't you? But they're all in the same gang, and suddenly he gets into power, you know, and he's associated with all of these. It's a bit no coinky dink, is it? So, apparently, this was in Chicago. It was a arts and exhibition, and it had a fire, and some of the antiquity fell down, which is rather unfortunate. But Chicago did get nuked a few times. So this is interesting. The dictionary says that continents, so the continents are Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America, and sometimes Antarctica. So what? It's not a continent other times. What is it then? What a weird thing to say. Anyway. So look at this, futuristic. So this is what we got now. As I said, nothing's built to last because nature reset. Why are they going to even bother? So short-term construction, international style with no identity, modernism, some novelty and dated, redirects the street, synthetic materials, chaos and quality, and unsubstantial. 2, antiquity of the old days. Okay, built to endure. Local regional style has an identity, a tradition. It's a beautiful, building and enduring, embraces the street, so it has a sense of place. Robust natural materials, order and hierarchy, and it is sustainable. So forward, are we going? Ooh, look at that. Ooh. 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 It's got a little sprinkling of keef as well, just to make sure. So this old lady been living in her house. She's 102, and she hasn't changed that much, I don't think. What do you think? Not really. God love her. So I'm a million. Oh, I'm a millionaire in Australia, and apparently the lady went on there, and she with her Earth is Flat T-shirt. Fucking brilliant. Love her. She's fantastic. See her? She's an intriguing woman, isn't she, Vivian Lee? See a lot when I look in that face. So she's a bit of a psycho as well, isn't she, Vivian Lee, in the film? Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. She's like spoiled psycho. Bit of a bad penny. She was Diesel in that film. From you, Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind, yeah. So my favorite film, one of my favorite films ever, apart from Apartment, with Shirley MacLaine, because I do love Shirley MacLaine, like lots, is The Apartment with, I said that, is Waterloo Bridge, where she's struggling a bit in World War One and got to go in on the batter in Waterloo Station. Her captain husband comes home. He doesn't really find out. Don't even go into the details. Seen this? So the family tree of Vincent van Gogh. Okay. His dizzy aunt, vertigo. Yeah. The brother who ate prunes, gotta go. The brother who worked at convenience store, stop and go. Yeah. His grandfather from Yugoslavia, you go. His magical uncle, where did he go? His Mexican cousin, amigo. The Mexican cousin's American half-brother, Gringo. The nephew who drove a stagecoach, Wells Fargo. The constipated uncle, can't go. The ballroom dancing aunt, tango. The bird lover uncle, flamingo. The aunt who taught positive thinking, way to go. And a little bouncy nephew, Pugo. And the sister who loved disco, go, go. Okay. And there was a brother with a little back pain, lumbago. And there's a niece who traveled to the country in an RV, Winnebago. I saw you smiling. There you go. It's clever, isn't it? Well, I think it is anyway. So look at this. Old ideas of what the Earth looked like. So it's like that. Got Mount Meru in the middle. Okay. And it says we're surrounded by water, which sort of and then they say the Hindus used to think the Earth was born on the back of a tortoise. So sort of floating around in his tortoisey world, I guess, you could say. And then they got that down there, which is the early Greek map of the world 1,000 years ago, or so they say. And what the starry things are. Anyway, destroy your television sets now. You must listen to no orders. That's all I can tell you from this point in humanity, believe me. Rick Mail. And then he's dead a short time later. It was a little warning, a stark warning he gave us about what was happening with the agenda and television. Programming everybody, bullying them, gaslighting them. So they had it pretty nice in the past. Look at this in the exhibition. Halls of Paris. Very large, very beautiful. It is in its entirety. They're always massive, these domes, aren't they? The ever-present Phoenicians in the corner. Everything is Phoenician with these great expositions. Paris ones. So Phoenician. See? The Charles, the Phoenicians. So a beautiful world, anomalous. What's it doing there? Where's it gone? 1,000 questions. Look at this. So it was a building court this week, and it shows light waves, how waves participate through a building, light waves. So that's in the Czech Republic in Prague. I've seen that building. And there's that stupid shit that just went down. And that is their evidence to humanity. Yeah, nobody's going to question where's it going, where's the propulsion, or who took the fucking photograph, and all of those questions. Doesn't matter. So here's what heaven looks like. Yeah, do you count your heavenly material things in life in the form of a hefty bank account? How do you gauge your quality in life? Well, I tell you what I do. Something like that would be fantastic. Check that out. Chalkies, yeah, $100 spliff maybe. I don't even know. Some oil, flash, bubble, and some people mixed up together. So, happy Christmas, Matt. And I'd be like, thanks. I'm not doing Christmas. That's another thing with chicks, isn't it? Have you been jabbed? Do you believe in evolution? Globes, blah, 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 and that as well. Fuck. During a fast, you will find out if it is you that controls your thoughts or if it's your thoughts that control you. Fucking good point there. Fucking good point there. Can you override it? Your mind override that? I got to eat? I'm guessing so. So, more appreciation of American gardening expertise in California. I don't know. So, this golden thing was found, I can't even remember, in Italy. And it's a chunk of gold, but it's in the shape of a weapon, I guess. But I can't remember where that was from now. So, history lesson, okay, for younger people. You do not know what this is, probably. It's called a cassette tape, okay? Because today we'll never understand how much work we put into making these. So what you did, guys, if you're my age, you just have to wait till, like, Radio Luxembourg, which faded in and out. You could only get the odd good track. And what you had to do on a top 40 to steal your records, early pirating, by the way, was wait for the adverts or for the top 40 bit, like and number 28, it's ABBA with Super Trooper, like that. And then you got to switch that off with your little tape recorder and then put it back on again. And you've got a full tape of all of the top of the pops. Fantastic. This is Bob Sykes, who's in chat now, or was in chat now. And this week in Huddersfield, he found something interesting on top of an apex. Oh, did they miss something off, do you think? Is it from the year 869 then? It looks a building from around that period, but they forgot the one. I know. Thanks. She looks evil, though, in this, doesn't she? Raquel Welch, I'm thinking about at the moment. Raquel Welch. Look at Edgewood G. Robinson giving you the evils at the camera. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking you're eyeing her up. So, try and investigate all you want. I don't care. Raquel Welch was... Well, looking in that picture, she looked a bit evil. I don't know. So, there's a flood coming, so what do? They go get on rafts. They get all their people on rafts, and they get the fuck out, apparently. Size of an elephant. So people were a lot smaller. This is where we are now. Our structure, not very big. So we were that big. Deal with them doors easy. That door easy. That door easy. And this door is for someone around that size. So I got some video footage of giants coming up in a little while. I'm running out of time, not. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, somebody nicked me one of these. Yeah. New winter outfit due to high energy prices. And look how comfy it fits, guys. It's all snug and tight. Yeah? All right, don't worry. Something going on with the Eiffel Tower, and this is what it is. I have brought your attention to this before, is the size. So this is it in the, the Great Exposition days with all its antiquity, before the fire, before all this disappears. Right, so look at the size underneath it. Okay, you got statues there, but on this picture, you've got like millions of people and cars, and it looks massive underneath. But in this picture, it looks really small underneath and just statues. And that picture doesn't look like you're going to cram a load of people and cars under it. Why are they two different pictures? And how come that looks like it's got no space? And that looked like it got all the space in the world. Roads. Like literally loads of roads either side. And a road going through the middle. Yeah, on that. That is really weird. I don't actually know what to make of that. On this one as well, you just see it as really small. That is really unusual. But they get rid of the tech on that. Really don't trust them pictures of the building of that. Really don't. So all that's apparently hand built, handcrafted. This staircase. I wonder what the guy who was the architect envisioned when he was seeing it, having the glass dome and the vortex going up. Looks like a snake spiraling, doesn't it? Twisting. But yeah, apparently hand built. Fucking nuts. So look at this. Mount Rushmore as seen from the Canadian side, guys. In case you didn't know or wondered. I know Hippie Shake. Which one's Lincoln? Don't even ask. So yeah, also the Missouri River or the Mississippi River, and this is also affected by the events I mentioned earlier. And I found it weird, right, that this is a map of basically, Louisiana. Coming to New Orleans, okay? And I find it weird that it says here on this map, shallow water covered with many small islands, which are but very little known. But very little known. So there's a load of islands here. It says nothing about it, which I find really weird. And I first look at that, I thought it looked exactly like the, the 5 Great Lakes, like literally like a similar shape. But there's New Orleans up there, which has a wicked Starfort on the Mississippi. What is going on? Oh, it's all world America. That's the New Orleans one. And New Orleans, Starfort, and Inner City, which had that Katrina and the waves happening, didn't they? So look at this. So first man to climb Everest, they say, Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing, apparently. Tenzing was up first, according to the narrative anyway. Over the moon. Just did real good shit, went to the top of a mountain. Okay, Rule Britannia. Let's have a look at some guys that went to the moon for the first time. Greatest achievement in human history. Smara. They look so unhappy. Did something happen? She's very special. Show her how you feel with the Hoover Christmas gift. Yeah, indeed. Buy her a vacuum cleaner. That's what you need. Sorry. I'm going to put a video on now, guys. I'm going to leave. Let me just come back for a second. I'm not sure how many people are in the chat. I'm going to need to stop the show in a little minute because 800, 900 almost of you. Brilliant. Okay, please would you be so kind to share this out? Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Got loads more. I've got a couple of videos to show you in a minute. Okay, I'm going to put a video on. I'm going to make sure the volume's working on it for a second. It's only a 3-minute video, and I'll be back. And then I got to basically link up. Excuse me. Z. That's happening shortly. Okay, share screen. So, excuse me. Excuse me. Albums. So, I don't know whether you know, but these are some of the things that I've caught this week. I'm going to show you this Cork video in a moment when I need a break. We've got Skywater, which I want to show you, this train pod as well. And Biden's been at it again. Check this out. He can't help himself. This is the president of the free world, apparently. This is ridiculous. It makes me feel sick. But yeah, he's got an addiction to sniffing everything he can get his hands on. There you are. He's at it again this week, sticking his nose into a little kid's back and having a sniff of his victim. How can you have a president that does that shit, guys? There's nothing weird about this realm at all, is there? Really? So, Sky Trains, are we really going to have them? Well, apparently this is a reality in China. And you can have your kids delivered home straight from school. I don't know if this is automated and where the driver of the said train goes, but here it comes. Drop your little brat home from school. Great. She's not bothered. She's looking at the phone. Boom. Over a pod. And they got that shit going down. So, not a million miles from what we're witnessing on some of the stuff that we've seen. So, this got seen yesterday. This is a moon thing. I'm not sure what to make of this. Somebody captured it yesterday, magged up on their P900. And if somebody is just thinking, well, that's that moon rocket, Martin. Well, no, it's not a bloody moon rocket because basically you can't see a moon rocket like a couple of 100,000 miles away. That's tiny. That would be stupid. You're not Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. So somebody's magging up because he sees something close to the moon, which is close by anyway, isn't it? Because P900 camera shows you, or P1000 now. They look like fishes or sharks swimming to me. There's 2 of them. And they move like fish. And they look like fish, sharks, something like that. And just sort of off the side of the moon. This was yesterday. Caught by P900 camera. So, not the first time I've seen weird shit around a moon, that's for sure. Now, I'm going to show you this. It's a video of a giant. There's no audio with it as such, because if there was, it'd be really annoying. Check this guy, the size of this cowboy. Cowboy. So he's a whopper. I don't think he's faked. I don't think you'd be able to put the tape around him and stuff if he was faked, would you? So I don't think he's faked. It's a whopper. So what's he? You got to be 8 foot. So excuse me, mate. What the whopper? So yeah, welcome all guys. I see you all in chat. I'm going to come back and give you all a few shouts now. We're going to split this show up. I'm going to get a guest on now in a minute, Z, and I'll send a link over. But I need to replace my microphone because we're already here. So hi C-Coop, hi India Dia, Daniel, Truth Bears in the house, Mactrom's in the house, Fogsy's in the house, Richie's in the house, Ginger's in the house, Sheba Shampoo is in the house, and Esley. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, thanks all for popping by. Yeah, Size B. I've seen him before. He's from California, I think. But yeah, they show you that Japanese one in a minute, but that's been contested. I remember when John Levy showed this, it kicked up all shitstorm. People fucking cranking up saying, oh, no, that can't be real. He's all out of proportion. There's something going on. But, still, my mind is open to fucking discussion. I'm not so sure what to believe with that giant. It's just the effort to fake that, double exposures, things like that. Whew. Especially in that early bygone era film. There you are. Size of him. They must have had people like basically. How did they? That guy's shoes. What did they have? Special people to like do their shoes? Build their shoes for him. I don't know. So, I'm going to just show you this video now. It's a lovely little video of Cork in 1909 in Ireland, and everything is super fantastic. Right there, I can guarantee you they're having a lovely little civilization. The electric tram, 1902, really early on. And it looks quite a big city, this Cork. Oh, sorry. There's an interesting thing here now with a donkey. Sorry. There's an interesting thing here now with a donkey. He nearly gets like run over, but the driver waits and the donkey's like, go on, mate, go. Like nods his head. Incredible. Check that steam train. Everything looks so lovely. Right, watch his tram driver now, guys. Okay, lovely chap. And you see a donkey coming in now. Oh, she's gonna get crushed. That one between. So this lovely little donkey here, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And the driver's like looking at the donkey, and the donkey nudges him on with his head. Go on, go. Well, he keeps an eye on him the whole time, making sure he's okay. I like that. That's lovely. Donkeys are lovely. A fluffy. And some guy all the time, sweeping the streets, keeping everything clean, walking around. Look, there. And there, two guys. Fucking hell. Imagine that in this day and age, and the moaning bastards, if they could clean anything. All places covered in litter. And look at the massive Greco-Roman building. Look at the beautiful horse and carriages. Everything's mint. Everything is mint in Cork. So this is courtesy of Irish Post. I hope I don't get copyrighted for the music that was supplied by them. I doubt it, though. But yeah, wow. He's trying to do a bit of shoe shine and impressing upon people. Ah, that little kid got no shoes on. No. It's nice, isn't it? Looking back, all these people are like way dead now. All of them. Everyone in these pictures is dead. Weird. And who were they? Everyone with their stories to tell and their own personal life journeys. It always fascinates me. And I bet they're dead interested in these people compared to everyone now, because they're really dull and boring now, aren't they? Talk about fucking World Cup and stupid stuff. These people have like philosophical discussions in the street and stuff. Look at him doing the old Freemason thing. I'm guessing that was common. Wow, what a great bit of footage, I must say. That's Cork. 1902, sorry. I did put 909, made a mistake there. Okay, I'm going to come back because I need to, excuse me. I've got more stuff, but I'll go through that in a little while. Excuse me. While almost 900 of you watching, that is fantastic. Please make sure, if you could, I know I keep going on, do share this out because the algorithm's right up my ass, just not getting shared at all. I tell you what, they don't block my shorts though. I've noticed, my video shorts. I get 10 fucking thousand views on 1 minute. Is it night in the UK right now? Benny Riley, yeah, man. It's nearly 11 o'clock. So that's what I said to our brother. Let me give you all a few shouts. And generate a link. I need to stop my microphone for 1 second because I need to replace it with another microphone in order. I didn't use these because apparently people don't like them. There's a buzz that goes on with them. So it'd be all right for an interview, though. Okay. So let me just mute my microphone. Okay, just excuse me. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'm just sorting my microphone out. Ugh. One, two, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Awesome. Okay, let me just generate a link. And I'll send that to my broski. Okay, so yeah, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like this channel if you did, and subscribe to it and all other Flat Earth British channels, because we've got a fair few of them. You can see Tartarian channel up there's 1,000 videos on there, endless amounts of stuff happening. Okay, so let me just link up my brother, and I'm guessing he will be along very shortly. Okay. Cool beans, guys, cool beans. There you are. Something a bit different. Awesome. There you are. So I can't believe I got through all of that. That's been a mind-blowing vlog, that is. Getting off like sort of weirded out and shivery and all that as well. Bloody brilliant. So Psyop Gypsy, good to see you. And Galen Willis, good to see you. And Watery, Total Utter Nutter. Brudsky is Manich. Good to see my brother. Keep them videos coming. Fatima, good to see you. This is awesome. And Edgar Dark, question mark, don't worry. Silent movies, don't worry about it, Mark. It's no volume, didn't need it. You just need to see the juice, the eye candy of antiquity. So, and there's Glenn Sketches, Mark Simpson's in the house. Hugh is in the house. Dark, Edgar Dark. Is that your real name? Your birth given name. Just say. Misty World, good to see you. Jane D, good to see you. Truth Bear. Ooh. And let me scroll up a bit. So yeah, if you just joined the chat and you want to have a Flat Earth British show, got any birthdays happening, anything like that, give us a shout. I'll give you a Flat Earth British shout in front of 863 people, which would be fantastic. Okay, Mighty Atom. I have traveled back in time to parallel universe. I think about time travel all the time. My favorite fantasy is time traveling. I love to time travel in my head. And I just want to go and have a look what they say is happening, and I don't think it is. I really don't think. I think it'd be completely different, is what I think. It's what they tell us. Yes, you can hear you. Thank you, Katrina. Good to see you. And our lovely Hippie Shake. Hope you're having a pleasant evening. Hippie Shake. There you are. S Coop. Good to see you. So yeah, we're waiting on Z. I'm sure it'll be along very shortly. I'll give you all a few shouts to keep you all going. for a minute or two. I have quite a bit to still share with you. And what I would like to do is link all of this stuff up following the show, the books and stuff, so you can go through them yourself. So, Daniel, good to see you. Question: do flat earthers perceive flat when you view a three-dimensional? Do you just see shadows of feet on the ground because you're flat? I don't know. I haven't got a shadow. I killed my shadow, done my head in, so I beat it up. I've got a shadow. Gareth Atkinson, good to see you, my friend. It's a good cop out there, wasn't it? Mike Healy. Too complicated for my poor Brian. Daryl, India. Cher, good to see you. And Cheech is in the house. Cheech Matty. And Domo, good to see you. Max Stump, who's become a member, which is awesome. Thanks, man. Daniel, it's 5:55 in Canada, Ontario. I hear America land has got some snow. Yosi.
Yo, how's my audio?
Fuck yeah. Awesome. Nailed it.
What's up, Martin? It's nice to meet you, man.
I know.
It's pretty wild.
I know. Good to see you, my friend. Fucking
yeah.
hell. I was looking forward to speaking to you anyway, because you're like a bit of a sage, aren't you? You know, you got an overview of the way things are, and it's needed. You know, your rant was like, fuck yeah, about time, because, you know, I'm not being horrible when I say, like, you know, this is the resistance and it's like getting a bit mamby-pamby. You need to be like a little bit more warrior-like concerning what you said that hit me like a sledgehammer, brother, when you said, look what we're up against. Look what we're up against.
You know? I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, dude.
Got that monster out there, and you got infighting and stuff in the Truth movement, and I'm thinking we got like everything is just a fucking against us. It's just like, what?
Well, you know, this is a time to come together. I mean, we don't have a choice otherwise. You know,
I was hoping so. I was hoping that would be the case. So it's wonderful to meet you, and I just want to bring you over to the people so you can basically shake them up a bit, and just let rip, bruv. You know, speak your mind, which you're really good at anyway.
Cool.
You know?
I got a question for you first, though.
Please do.
I've been dying to ask you, because this is a question to me that is the most pertinent question there could ever be in the history of all universes. And I was thinking about this, and I thought you'd be the perfect person to answer. Ready? I'm going to give you 3 names. I want you to rank them. I want you to rank the top gay Brits of all time. Ready?
Okay.
Boy George. George, hold on.
What am I rating out of? 10, 1 to 10.
No, I'm going to give you 3, and I want you to rank them. The top gay to the third top gay.
Well,
right? They're all top gays. Well, because they're British, so that's redundant, right? But I want you to rank the 3. Ready? From the top gay to the third top gay. But we all know they're gay. Ready? Okay. Boy George, George Michael, Elton John. Go.
Elton John. It's got to be. I would push to say Boy George 2 and George Michael 3rd.
So you put Elton John as the #1 gayest person ever of all time.
He's
right?
The king of gays. He's the king of gays.
He's the king of gays, definitely. I mean, because he's gay and British. So
what I don't understand, it's like I seen an interview with Robbie Williams. You know who Robbie Williams is, don't you? Take that. Yeah.
No, who's that? Who's
Robbie Williams? Is like famous as fuck in Britain. He's like from a band called Take That. He had a solo career. But he was apparently he's like on drugs. He's had a couple of mushrooms, and he's knocked Elton John's door. And Elton John's locked him in a bedroom. Okay, he said he's woke up early in the morning, and he's like him and his husband walking into the room with a load of doctors, and they had him sectioned. So this is the type of person he is. He's like, oh, you called to my house, and we're caring for you because we're really lovey. And they literally sectioned him. He was like locked up for he's like, I got big business stuff to get. You got to let me out. And they're like, no, you stay in. So like just literally hijacked his life, stuck him in a. I was like, when I was listening to that, I was like, this is the kind of pull he has, and with royalty as well. George George Michael, not so much. He was defamed, wasn't he? You know, he was like in a
Well,
public toilet or something.
yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he had a crop of hair on him, man. They don't make hair like that anymore. You don't see George Michael hair these days, do you? You don't really see it.
No one's
Martin.
got George.
Martin, I don't know what the world's gonna do with me and you. I don't think they're ready to handle us, dude. I don't think
They'll
this world's
catch up.
ready for this.
They'll catch
Yeah.
up. Eventually, they always do. Yeah, it's just like we've always before our time. We're always going to do that. Okay, but the rest will always catch up. Is what you find. So just
You're right,
don't worry.
dude.
Don't worry.
Martin, I've been saying lately, I'm speaking for the future, right? Like I'm not speaking for the room. I'm speaking for the future. You know, I just want, because you never know who's going to hear your words, Martin. You know,
It's so important, though, brother. It's
Yeah.
all of our tomorrows. You know, think about the animals. It's like it drives me nuts. The country where I live in, they're just gaslighting everyone. You got like all people just sitting on the streets. It's freezing cold. Yeah, they got these boat boys. They just put in like 80 fucking first-class hotels in Britain, and it's like 7 million a day cost. So, like, they just arrive, they put them in posh hotels, and they can't wait to get to do it. So, I know it's a dialectic to fuck people's heads up, but it's just disgusting that they're doing that in this country. It drives you nuts. This place, it really does.
Yeah, man. We're talking about pigs. These are. It's not human, Martin. I mean, the minions are human. You know, the ones that they let us see. You know, like the Klaus Schwabs and the Elons and all these fucktards. You know, and like that monarchy you have over there, I couldn't imagine having that. King Charles, what a twit fuck that guy is, dude. You know, I actually feel bad for that son. That what's his name, William? That son of his.
Yeah.
He looks. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't know what's going on. He's got that whole like, oh shit, Grandpa's Vlad the Impaler. What the fuck am I going to do with that kind of look? You know, like he has that look, dude.
He's
and
naughty.
Harry,
He's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy.
Yeah,
He's funny.
And then Harry, I hear Harry's pretty good at tennis. What do you think, dude? I hear he's pretty good at tennis because his dad seemed to be that tennis coach. So I don't know.
They used to play polo. It's a sort of royal game. So it's like croquet on horses.
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually. I can't even believe that they all accepted him because he doesn't even look like one of the royals. For starts off, he looks exactly like his father, who is Hewitt, Captain Hewitt, who's ginger.
Yeah.
Like him. So it's like he's taking him on, Charles, as his own. Fair dues. As a prince and stuff. And it's never mentioned. It's just like sort of under the table, like, because he looks nothing like his brother.
No, not at all.
Like they keep chucking bullet points out about everything, like especially with religion or all of it. It's just that I keep getting it all day. I'm just debating people, fuckos, who just keep saying stuff at me and then words at me with no basis for any reality in any of it ever.
They're just programmed. They're bots at this point. They're just turned over to the system unconsciously. They don't know it, Martin. The system defines your identity for you from the day you're born. And then you buy into the system. That's the trick of it. Martin, it's all a lie, dude. Everything. They give us a fake everything. It's a fake everything, dude. Everything's fake. It's a fake cosmology. They give us fake science. The science that they base this realm on is complete bullshit, okay? Einstein was a clown, all right? Quantum physics is a fucking joke. The theory of relativity is absolutely the stupidest thing ever. They define our reality on bullshit, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. What was Niels Bohr's famous saying? The only real thing we know is when you get down to the fundamentals, it's not real. So it's like, shut the fuck up.
It's not real. It's not. Martin, this whole world may likely be a projection of ourselves that we're experiencing collectively.
I've already thought it. And it is weird that, when you're in a really bad mood and things are going crappy or you're in a depression, how the world will reciprocate a shitty environment. Have you noticed that?
I really think that, man. Think about it. Like we say, like, one of the things that blows my mind is that the words earth and heart are anagrams. They're literally the same word. And
I thought about it. I swear to God, listen to this. I was thinking of a title for tonight's vlog. And I was thinking about, do you know the Bonnie Tyler song, Total Eclipse of the Heart? Because I was talking about
I love that
tonight.
I love that song.
And
I don't want to admit I love it, but I love that song.
Well, she's from Wales. She's from Swansea. She's one of ours. Bonnie
cool.
Tyler, local. But heart is like you said, an anagram of earth, and total eclipse of the heart. And she's saying earth, and I wondered if there was more going on. and I was going to use it for a vlog title, but you know, it's obviously
That would have been. See, that's a synchrony right there. I've been having all kinds of synchronies lately. As soon as I started embracing truth and really speaking it and just resonating and dropping all fear, the synchronies have been amazing. I mean, look at me here talking to you. I just started yapping about 6 or 9 months ago, or 6 or 8 months ago, maybe. It's the first time I went and showed my face in line and started talking about this shit. And now here I am talking to you in front of all these people, man. You know, I would have never expected that. It's crazy, bro.
I just like go with stuff and don't give it too much thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Sense. It's like I was listening to the other night, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, that's somebody like you've got to listen to, guys." And you know, when he was on Staves, sure, Brian Staveley's, so that was quite mind blowing. I remember we were talking about another rant. That was a fantastic rant, by the way. But I
appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you know, because here's the thing, man. I've been really thinking about this, dude. Because before, you know, I'm at a point now where I speak so freely because I believe what I'm saying. And one thing I believe is the system gives us nothing. It literally is just a death system. It gives us nothing. The world provides every single thing that we need, okay? The world provides food.
Yeah.
It just provides it for us. What does the system give us? Fucking poison. They're just pumping poison down our fucking throats. The world gives us shelter. There's everything we need for shelter, okay? What does the fucking system give us, Martin? They're shoving us in cities and buying up all the land, making it impossible to fucking own anything.
Oh, okay? Everyone's like 1 month off of homelessness. When the paycheck fails, they're fucked.
Yeah. What else? The world, nature gives us health, okay? All the herbs and the plants, everything that's healthy, any health or treatment paradigms that are worth anything or have any efficacy whatsoever come right from nature. What does the system give us? I don't even have to say it. We just all know. Here's my point. The system gives us nothing. Nothing at all. Now, here's the thing. What the system does is it co-opts what it is to be a human. So they create a society for us when humans are we're communal beings. We work in families and tribes. We're not social beings. We're communal beings. Okay. And when you have a community, you have all those things. When you have a community just existing, look at the tribes all across the world, man. You have food and shelter and health when you have a community and when you have a family. And this system is doing everything they can to break that up. Look at the family unit, completely destroyed the family unit. They bring these kids into these indoctrination camps and program them from day one. Okay. They're destroying what it is to be a human. Okay, this is what we're up against. That's exactly like I said in that rant, dude.
A massive travesty of injustice. It's just monumental. Just them words alone and what you just said should shake people to the core to make, you know, to want to make a change, to want to do something about this place. Because, you know, it's clear to see where this place is going.
Yeah. Well, Martin, do you want to go out to these fucktards? We're not talking about Genghis Khan taking us over. Let me tell you something. If Genghis Khan showed up to my tribe and took over, all right, and Genghis Khan is going to vanquish me and take my wife. Well, at least I went out going against a fucking warrior. We're going to go out to these fucktards. We're going to go out to fucking. We're going to go out to Elon Musk.
He would be my bitch in an hour. Yeah, I would find something that he really liked.
Okay. Who? Genghis? Yeah, we'd hang out. I'd be hanging out with Genghis, man.
Hang out with Genghis.
Yo, Martin, here's what I'm picturing, dude. Me and you, we're hanging out with Genghis Khan in his court. We're chilling with him. He's got all that harem. He would throw some of that shrapnel our way. I would follow Genghis. I wouldn't follow many people. I would Martin. I don't think I'd follow you though. You'd have to go.
Don't follow me.
Yeah, I'd follow Genghis.
No, probably not. Genghis is good.
Yeah, I'd take some of Genghis's harem any day, man. Genghis. See, but here's what I'm saying, Martin. We're not talking about Genghis Khan. All right, we're talking about a bunch of twit fucks.
Yeah,
we're talking about. Yeah, dude, we're talking about Elon Musk. Are you fucking kidding me? That guy? That's the guy? No, man, I ain't going out to Elon Musk. I ain't going out to fucking King Charles. I ain't going out like that. I ain't going out to Klaus Schwab. Believe me, Martin, I ain't going out to Klaus Schwab.
Listen,
that ain't happening, bro.
Nemesis, aren't they? You know, I ain't going out like that either, brother. They can fuck right up, a lot of them. Yeah, fighting to the end. Always knew it. Always will as well. It's just like, you know, the way everyone just sits and thinks everything's going to be cushy and everything's going to be all right. It's just while it's cooking in the background, it's not fucking good at all. You know?
No, man. No, they've engineered passivity with their religions. I don't care what fucking religion you talk about. They engineered passivity and we accept it. Like people, Martin, people, when you say God, just the word God, to me, God's a concept. When you say God, they've engineered our concept of God. They've engineered what God is. It's to the part where people can't even have a different conception of God. They think of an old man sitting in the seventh heaven with a fucking with a crown on, watching over everything. But in reality, this world is way different than that, homie. Like way different. It's complete fucking joke from the top down. Our whole entire history is completely fake, people. It's completely made up. It's a total fucking fabrication from the top down. They've lied to you about the fabric of your reality. Okay, they define the fabric of your reality. They tell you there's 4 forces in nature. Okay, 4 unifying forces. Okay, they talk about electromagnetism, gravity, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. Guess what, people? Only one of those is demonstrable in this world, and that's electromagnetism. So what's that mean? The other 3 are bullshit. Why'd they make up 3? Well, 1, to try to substantiate their bullshit heliocentric model, of course. But 2, if they had told you this whole world is electromagnetic, you would quickly figure out that you're electromagnetic. You could literally read the electricity coming from your body in multiple ways. Okay, you're electromagnetic. Your chakras exactly line up with the visual light spectrum band of the electromagnetic spectrum, completely line up with the same spectrum. Crazy. You're electromagnetic just like this fucking world. There's no difference. So why did they lie about gravity and the weak and strong nuclear forces? Because if they told you everything's electromagnetic, you'd realize you're just a part of everything. See? They had to separate you from everything. Fuck these people. Give them no quarter. Give them no quarter. They deserve no quarter.
Would not give them an inch.
You got me fired, Martin. You got me fired up, dude.
No, good. Good, because you fucking need it. It's needed.
You got me fucking pissed off.
And it's like really done my head in what they're pulling off. This
Martin, when I grew up,
the fucking moon rocket, it's done my head in. With the sky cloud.
No, it's over. They pushed the limit. It's too far. But the kids, the last 2 years, what they did with the kids the last 2 years, fuck them, dude. But Martin, I gotta tell you something, dude. I never even, when I was a kid, they didn't even teach us about whales. I didn't even know what whales was. In my mind, that's like Middle Earth, dude. I have no fucking clue about whales.
When I was in the merchant navy, I used to carry a page out of an atlas. Right. So if anyone asked me, I just pull a page out and I point to whales.
Okay.
Because nobody knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess
you should have just took out a Tolkien book and said, "This is where I live. I live in fucking Middle Earth, dude." That's where else is Middle Earth to me, dude?
Just think Hobbits. Think Hobbits.
Yeah. What would you be in Middle Earth? What would you be in Middle Earth? What would you be? Would you be the Eyes Sauron something?
No.
Who can I be? Who can I be? I don't want to be Frodo. He kind of had a rough deal, man. Frodo had a tough time.
Well, not Frodo. You
want to be Schmeagol? You could be Schmeagol.
Frodo's pretty good, though. He has a bit of a twat of a time, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, there was a lot of homosexual overtones in that fucking Tolkien shit, dude.
Here's a question for you, then, right?
So, yeah, go ahead. You're gonna beat my Elton John, George Michael.
No. Yeah. So you're in some sort of like celestial courtroom now, okay?
Right.
And you.
I should be. You and I, we both should be there. You and I should both be in that courtroom together.
You've been judged by the evil ones, but you've got to choose the method of your own death. What will it be? I know mine.
The method of my own death, of my own physical body. Wow.
I'll tell you mine.
I'd want to be. Did you ever see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? The second one?
Yeah, man. Of course.
That's what I want. I want that sick fucking Cali worshiper, that guy, to fucking rip my heart out of my fucking chest as they lower me into a fucking molten lava fucking bath.
Well, that seems
rather... At least if you're going to go out, you might as well do it in the most theatrical way possible. You know
thought
what I mean?
that. That's why I went for muff diving.
Yeah. What about you? Muff diving? You want to go out muff diving?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. Who's Muff? If you could pick any Muff in history, Martin. If you could pick any Muff in history, and I'm talking big, like Cleopatra's on the table. Which Muff would you choose, Martin?
Cleopatra's not all that, mate. I've seen she got like little tash. She got hairy bits. They do on the Mediterranean. It's all the olive oil. Oh, that's a question. Oh my God! Oh my days! There's so many. Have I got? Is it got to be someone from antiquity?
It could be anybody. Just as your death, man. You said you could choose anything. You picked muff diving. You got to pick the muff.
Pocahontas.
The muff goes along with the diving. Pocahontas. Yeah. I'll skip the joke I was just gonna make. I know. Not a bad choice, dude. Not a bad choice.
Thanks. North American Indian. Very cute.
Yeah. Native Americans, first peoples. That's a bullshit story, dude. This whole country
know.
was something way fucking different than it was, dude.
I know. I've been picking
Yo, they
out that.
fucking. What a strange world, dude. All that shit you were showing, dude, about the resets and all that fucking electromagnetic plasma discharge, that's completely true. This is, like I said, this entire world's electromagnetic. Why did they obscure plasma is the fourth state of nature? Why didn't they teach us that when we were kids? They taught us solid, liquid, and gas. They forgot plasma. Plasma likely
as well. We've got cold, we've got hot. It's just there's so many different forms. It's an entire different science, and they just don't tell us nothing. You know. Do you know? I when I was in school, right? Yeah. They used to, in a classroom, the teacher say, any questions? And I go, sir. And he'd always say, not you. Not you. They wouldn't let me ask anything. They always said, all of them, not you. Anyone can ask a question, but not you. Okay.
Yeah, because they don't like the questions you're asking. It's funny how that happens. It's funny they don't like the questions you're asking. It's just a question. That's the funny part about it. It's just a question. If my question does something to you, maybe that's a you thing. Maybe you need to look at yourself. If my question stirs up some kind of emotion in you, maybe you need to fucking examine that because it's just a question. That's why my name is Zetetic Warrior, because Zetetic means to proceed by questioning or inquiry. It's also a flag to all flat earthers because most flat earthers know what that Zetetic is, you know.
That's why I started with flat earth using the Zetetic cosmology, man, back to front, because I basically I'm not going to go out there in the world talking about flat earth if I'm not known. It would have been bad.
Yeah, man. You know, and that's the thing. People say flat earth and there's like a pejorative to it. Like they don't want to identify. I like the term flat earther because it's like this, man. Doesn't have to go any further than this, dude. Water lays level and flat. That's it. The earth shows no convexity. I don't give a fuck what else from there. You can try to argue with me about anything else. I'm going to stick to that right there. The earth shows no convexity at all, okay? High altitude infrared photos are the fucking death blow. If you can see the Colorado Rockies from 1,000 miles away, I don't care if you're 50,000 miles in the air. Do the math on that, motherfuckers. Yeah, it blows it out of the fucking water, okay? Exactly. You can talk to me about 10 miles and we can see the Chicago skyline over 50 miles. Those high altitude photos, do the math, people, because you might have to go 50,000 miles up, but that's linear growth. If you're talking about a supposed bullshit earth curvature of 8 inches per mile squared, that's supposed to be exponential growth as you go out in distance. Do the fucking math. It blows it out of the water. Why aren't the Rockies fucking sideways? Why do they look like they're standing straight up in the fucking air and you can see them? It doesn't make sense. The globe is dead, people. Stop arguing about the globe. It's fucking over. Whatever it is after that doesn't fucking matter. We could talk about pizza domes and shit like that and all that, and that fucking firmament. It doesn't fucking matter. Water doesn't bend. There's no convexity on this earth whatsoever, okay? Large-scale engineering projects. The Suez fucking Canal would not be able to exist, okay? Look at the goddamn Nile River. It flows 4,000 miles in one direction. From its entire beginning to its descent, it descends 1 mile. How is that fucking possible? Do you understand? If they say the diameter of the earth is 24 fucking thousand miles or whatever, and you got a 4,000 fucking mile river that only descends 1 mile, do the fucking math. Gravity just doesn't, their stupid theory doesn't say gravity. It says it pulls it towards the center of things. How does a river flow uphill against gravity? I'm just tired of it, Martin.
It makes no fucking sense. All of it. It does my idea. It's just, you know, they say there's 24,000 miles, 24,000 miles of the equator. Do you know how much area they say the globe has?
Yeah, I never thought of it. Martin, hold on. How's my mic? Is my mic hot? I know I'm coming in hot a little bit. I know I'm coming in hot. You got me hyped up, dude. You got me hyped up, dude. I get hyped sometimes, brother.
It's supposed to be 500 million square miles of land on this globe. How do you reduce 500 million miles down to only a measly 24,000 miles of the equator? How can you
Good point.
Extrapolate that.
You're right. Because when you try to because when you try to turn the actual map into a globe, you lose all that area in the southern hemisphere. You can't account for that area. You lose a lot. That's why the Pacific Ocean's probably bigger than it is, homie. The Pacific Ocean's probably bigger than they tell us, dude.
Well, what the Arctic Ocean? That's supposed to be an ocean, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. All the southern oceans are bigger than they fucking told us. Exactly right. Because once you go north of the quote unquote north of the equator, it makes sense. As soon as you go below that, it's such the whole southern hemisphere thing, dude. We need to find a new name for southern hemisphere. It's not what it is.
I call it hemisflat. I've been saying it for years.
Well, yeah, I like that, man. I like that, The equator is only the midpoint of the sun's transition throughout the years, people. That's all it fucking is. It's the midpoint of the sun's transition is the equator. It's not no difficult. Okay, just take 12 months when it goes as furthest up north and the furthest down south. The middle point's the fucking equator around around the whole world.
I
That's
think it's
it.
changed. I think it's lingering. You know, they
It
have
might
later
be.
summers, and not only that, it seems a lot lower in the sky than it would be ordinarily for, like, I know we're not December yet, but I mean, the day's over with quick.
Martin, I think this whole reality's changing. I think we're going
Same.
through an energetic shift that was written in the stars. They talked about the time of Aquarius. I do think there is a precession of the equinox, which would be a 26,000 year cycle. When you have then you have the 12 houses within that. We're coming out of Pisces. They said we're going to Aquarius. Why not? It makes sense. The fucking stars haven't moved. If this is an electromagnetic world of resonance and frequency, think about how the heavens would affect that frequency. It's like, think of this earth as a resonating chamber, okay? If you send a signal, the signal just could be one signal. It just could be a fundamental signal that doesn't change. However, by the changing of the heavens, you may be changing the resonant qualities of that signal as we go through the different ages or the different, exactly, bro. So as we're going through the different astrological ages, that may be creating a particular resonant environment that is actually changing the frequency bandwidth that we're actually operating on. Because when you look at frequency, any frequency, whether it's acoustic frequency, which is mechanical, or electromagnetic frequency, it's all frequency, dude. It's all periodic sinusoidal oscillation. That's all frequency is, people. Great. It's periodic sinusoidal oscillation, whether it's mechanical frequency, like, again, acoustic energy or sound, or electromagnetic energy. It's all frequency, okay? Frequency exists over a spectrum. It exists over a wide bandwidth at the harmonics, okay? So if you produce a sound, if you pluck a guitar string, not only are you going to perceive the fundamental of that guitar string, say it's A below middle C. A below middle C is 440 hertz. It's a universal tuning frequency. Find a piano, find middle C, and take the A right below it. That's 440 hertz. If you hit that string on that piano, because that's what the piano does, it's a hand. You hit the key and the hammer hits it. If you hit, it's a string instrument, just like a guitar. If you hit A below middle C, which is 440 hertz, you'll perceive 440 hertz. However, in reality, that acoustic, which is mechanical energy, possesses an entire harmonic spectrum all the way up from 440 hertz, and they're all doublings. You have 440, 880, double, 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 all the way up, because as that string's vibrating at all the nodal, bingo, at all those nodal points, it's fractally vibrating all the way down. It's cutting half. It's half, 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 half. So you're only perceiving that fundamental 440 hertz. Agreed. However, there's an entire spectrum of energy in there that you don't perceive. Now. If you place that same acoustic spectrum in the right resonant environment, you can highlight those higher frequencies. They're called formant frequencies. You bring those higher frequencies up, then you can perceive them because they come audible. That's what I propose this whole reality is going through, is we're operating on a certain frequency bandwidth amongst this, vibrating spectrum of reality. And as we move into the different ages, the heavens create a different resonant frequency in this world dictated by the stars. They bring out different frequencies in the reality of life. And I think we're going into a whole new frequency.
And I would say that sounds right. That is what's going on. Yeah.
You got me in a different level tonight, Martin. You got me. Your whole presentation before got me fucking fired up, dude. I'm starting to think this whole reality's fractal, Martin. I'm going to put this.
It is. It's fractal by nature, and I'm saying this. And I've witnessed it anyway. I've taken enough psychedelics that I've seen the fundamentals of this place, and it is geometric. Yeah, it is geometric and fractal. I noticed you. I watched a show the other night, and you chucked the periodic table on the fire. Quite so.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And all of their, this field as such. And I would agree with that as well. And I really would. I've been giving that a lot of thought as well. The compounds of the structure in the building blocks of what they say this place is. Somebody brought up quantum mechanics earlier, and I was, really into that years ago. And now I know that is just another fucking bullshit.
Yeah. The periodic table to me is just a limited conception of chemistry.
Well, they keep introducing new ones, don't they? There's new ones. Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah, like Einsteinium, and they just started adding stuff.
Or Newtonian. Yeah. I got, this year, this is samples of gallium.
Mm-hmm.
Which is on the periodic table, but it's a non-Newtonian metal. It's quite close to mercury. If I put that in my hand, it melts and you can play with it. They use gallium Mercury rectifiers would use gallium over mercury. I'm telling you, in antiquity, I know they would, because it's just that it melts real quick. I can just put it in the palm of my hand. If you put that on aluminium, completely destroys it. If I get a tiny drop on the glass of my phone, the phone will go white and the glass will fall out with that gallium.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to remember that, dude. That's cool. That's
mad
cool.
Destructive. Mad destructive.
Yeah. So look, I mean, once they started putting Einsteinium in a periodic table, the whole thing's rubbish, right? Martin, most likely it's alchemical. The alchemists were right, homie.
Of course it is.
The fucking alchemists were right, dude.
They
listen, dude. They had to destroy ether, Martin.
Well, to perpetrate the elements of the alchemical elements. The ether's primary fucking, fire, air, water, and ether.
Yeah.
I've got science books in there from the 1800s, and ether's still very much a fucking thing.
Yeah, I think they had to destroy ether to perpetrate their lie. If you ask me, I think ether is the unifying force in this world. Okay, so electromagnetism is the only demonstrable force, but electromagnet. What was that, Martin?
Oh, it's been proved. Ether's been proved. The Michelson and Maury experiment, 1919.
They had to destroy. They had to destroy ether to perpetrate their lie, dude. Because ether is the unifying force. Ether is the force that binds particles. So when they talk about unifying force, that's anything that interacts with particles and affects particles. Okay, whatever our conception is, that's ether. We can demonstrate electromagnetic principles. We can demonstrate magnetism, but electromagnetism still exists in its physical construct. I think light, actually, the light that we call light, like visual light, I think it does actually have a speed, but I think we obscure what light is. Like, what we call light is actually the visual perceptual part of the electromagnetic spectrum. It's a very small band, right? It's basically... Yeah, it's basically right above microwaves and right below X-rays, and we kind of fit right in there. It starts basically at red and goes up to like violet. Like I said, just like our chakras. But here's my point: we call that light, but that's just that's just the electromagnetic spectrum that we perceive with our visual acuity, right? We might perceive other parts of it with other senses.
I go with that. Yeah.
But here's my point: in that conception, I do think light has a speed. But I think the unifying force of this reality, which is ether and consciousness, what I just call God, is a light that wouldn't burn your eyes if you saw it. It's a different kind of light, okay? It's a light that we can't conceive of. And that, to me, that's what ether is. And I think that's the underlying reality. And like, here's the thing, man. You destroy ether, you destroy God, man. They had to destroy God. They had to destroy ether to take God away, dude. It's so insidious what they did. And you and I see it so fucking closely, and it's so obscured to so many people, man. It's disgusting. They destroyed God, people. This is who we're dealing with. They fucking on purpose, okay, premeditatedly destroyed God. You don't have to contract with these people anymore. Your contract is done with these. Your contract with the system was done under fraud and malfeasance. You don't have to honor your contract with this system, okay? This contract is null and void, people. This contract is null and void. Fuck these people, okay? They're liars, okay? So fuck them. Stop using their currency. Stop paying attention to their laws. There's one law, and that's the law of God. That's universal law. Anything else they put up is fucking bullshit.
Their fucking law. It's not our law. It's their law.
Yeah.
Used against us.
Leadkey, you got me fired up tonight, homie. You got me fired up.
Well, we do it by consent, and people don't know. They need educating, brother. I literally, I was like, on a mission to save humanity. In the last 2 years, everything has completely changed because now I despise a lot of them. I don't want to feel that way, but they just fucked us all over.
I've been feeling like that too, man. I've been feeling like that too. Like I said, Martin, this world ain't going to handle us. Me and you together, I don't think they're going to know what the fucking to do, man.
That fucking shit.
And we know they're listening. Look, I know you're listening, you fucktards. Go fuck yourself, because I know you can't touch me.
Listen, brother, listen. You said they was a beast, right? And one thing I can fucking tell you, right, is they can be gaslit back. Okay?
Exactly.
You can fuck their heads right up, is what you
Exactly. Exactly. Because they're psychopaths and they fucking know it and they hate being called out. The worst thing somebody behind a mask hates is when you rip their fucking mask off and you show them how frauds they are.
Like us, they don't like get upset or cry or fuck all. No. They don't have that. It's selfish.
Exactly.
Fucking you shot my little narcissistic worlds apart type of buzz, which I'm quite happy to do. I'm quite happy to do.
I pierced that insecure bubble of yours. I've seen you, Klaus Schwab. I've seen you walking around in the beach in that weird fucking costume you had.
Yeah,
dude. You're a sick fuck, dude.
Tutu. Yeah.
Martin, what the fuck was that?
I don't fucking know. They're all nuts. I don't know. I can't even tell you.
Martin, Michelle Obama? What the fuck are we talking about, dude? Michelle Obama?
The Williams
Michael?
sisters.
Mike Obama, the literal representation of the Baphomet. I think they're going to make Michael president, man. I think Michael's going to be president, dude.
I think this has been going on a lot longer than we think because, you know, and I've been digging back and I've been looking at Eleanor Roosevelt and, you know, she was famed for dirty jokes. So she had a bit of a man brain on her.
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on, dude.
Mary Lincoln as well. She was apparently a sidekick. And you look at her, she's a big butch woman. You know, she looks, you know, like a weightlifter.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm wondering.
All the way down. All those, like, you know, Rothschild and Rockefeller wives and stuff. You fucking
100%.
kidding me with these people? They're so sick, dude. They're just sick. They're just weird, sick fucks, man. They're probably not. These are bloodlines, Mark. I'm pretty sure there's bloodlines, dude. You know, these are bloodlines.
It is to do with the blood, right? I was wondering whether it's something to do with my blood. You know, all of that in the early days. I was wondering about, are they looking for a fucking blood group? Is there something?
Well, I'm one of them RH negatives. I'm one of them RH negatives.
Well, my
Martin.
sister is as well. My sister is RH negative.
I don't know what that means. It kind of disturbs me. It disturbs me a little bit. Martin, you want to know the truth? I'm going to say this to you, and I never told anybody. I think I'm like a day walker. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like, because I got that RH negative. I'm being honest, and I'm Italian and stuff, which is, if we can go into that, but not in that. But I'm like, I think I'm like some kind of weird fucking day walker. I know that sounds weird. Do you understand what I'm saying, Martin?
Yeah,
like,
I do.
Yeah. Like, and I just fuck them, you know? Fuck. Guys, like I said, don't go down to these people. Klaus Schwab in a tutu is not the guy you want to go down to. You don't want to go. You don't want to go down to Klaus Schwab in a tutu. That's not the guy you want to go down to.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, fucking Cox, Bill Nye, and they put these people on pedestals. I just can't believe people.
All right, let's do a scumball ranking. You know how we did the gay ranking before, Martin?
Let's do scumball ranking.
Let's do a scumball ranking now. I'm going to give you the top 3 scumballs in the world. Now, there's no argument. These are objectively the top 3 scumballs. Like, they did it, you know, in Family Feud. We surveyed the world, and survey says these are the top 3 fucking scumballs in the entire fucking world that we live in. Ready? I just want you to rank them in the top scumball to the 3rd top scumball. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to give you the 3. Ready?
Ready.
Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Klaus Schwab. Go.
Klaus Schwab is the biggest fucko of fuckos, and then it's Elon Musk or Musk.
Right.
He's the next fucko. And ever so gay Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's definitely number 3 fucko in this vote.
I think I'd have to agree with you. Good job.
Thanks.
I think you nailed it, dude. I think you nailed it.
Klaus Schwab owes me about $1 squillion, actually, because I brought a book out before his called The Great Reset, and then he brings out a book called The Great Reset. It was like, I was before you. Yeah, fucker. So, yeah, but it's all right. I thought I would have sold a load of books because he keeps shouting The Great Reset, but it hasn't worked out like that.
Look, Martin, they got to crash it. It really is order out of chaos. That's their alchemy.
Then last night, right? Somebody sent me a fucking email and said, Martin, go and check out the Netflix fucking program, Ancient Apocalypse, with Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock on Netflix. So I was like, yeah, okay. Well, it come out. I had a look, right? I just skimmed through. I swear to God Almighty, it was like watching one of my old vlogs. I'm not even joking.
Of course.
I was like, you motherfuckers. So he's going with Noah's flood. He's talking about plasma reset. They're going to talk about Tartaria and mud flood next. I fucking know they are, because Joe Rogan's already worded up about Tartaria.
Sure. They have to gatekeep everything.
They're going to
gatekeep. You have to gatekeep truth because we have a natural inclination for truth. You know, I believe they just dumbed us down. I think we have a natural inclination for magic too, and they dumbed us down from that. They engineered it out of us.
I got superpowers, and I know I have.
Yeah.
Electrical stuff fucking just fucks up near me. I got to move back away from it and stuff, and proper psychic as well. You know,
So they have to gatekeep. So once one of these fucks gets off the plantation, climbs the fence, they got to have another fence. And I think, Martin, the gatekeeping is infinitely fractal. Like we said, I think it's like getting out of the labyrinths of hell, dude. I think it's like trying to, it's like never ending.
Close by us. I just know it's there, really close by. I mean, tangibly close, and I know it's there. I got a feeling that they interact with this, but we can't do it back. Whatever this realm is, the astral plane, the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it. But there's fuckers, entities living there, and I've seen stuff from it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, me too. Have you ever seen
Goblins?
Martin? I've seen him too. You've seen him? You've seen the Gremlins?
Yeah, yeah.
You're
Twice
kidding
at
me.
sea, twice at sea, and once in my mother's living room. 3 times.
You
And I
heard
never
my
forget the
Stavely
laugh.
interview where I said I saw those gremlins.
And
You
I
remember?
wanted to fucking ask you about it
Yeah,
because
I
the laugh
saw them. Yeah.
was no harm in them. 3 foot high, you know, people like say they're greys, like alien greys, but these were just, they were fucking with the machinery exactly like the World War II guys reported in after D-Day. Same, our Jeeps are breaking. We've seen gremlins fucking our Jeeps up.
Remember that William Shatner? What's that show? Not Tales from the Dark.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. When he's William Shatner's looking out the plane window with the
260,000 feet. Episode
yeah,
33.
yeah, yeah. The fucking goblins on the fucking thing, dude.
I watched it long ago. I watched it not long ago, and it was a fucking goblin. And I thought of that. I thought of that as well when I seen it.
Yeah.
The one in my bedroom, in my mother's room, he sat just behind the telly, and he just stuck his head out, being cheeky like that, and I fucking seen it. And the other one, it was behind an AC cabinet. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I can hear. Yeah.
In the engine room at sea, and I clearly seen him run away from me. I seen his little butt, and I seen him run away. And he was laughing, and I'll never forget that laugh. That's
he was like, Martin.
Yeah,
I'm your gremlin.
Like
I'm your gremlin, Martin.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, that's scary. I know. Does he like wake you up in the morning, Martin?
I had something tugging away at my bedclothes when I was little under the bed. And I thought it was just ghosts, and then and then I'd get that weird feeling all over me and be petrified, and then I'd be swore there was something just sat on the fucking bed. Yeah. I'd be like, something just sat on the bed, and I can feel it's there as well. Because like, even though you can't see it, you could just feel the presence of like something fucking there.
Yeah, dude. Martin, that's what people don't understand. Like behind the veil, that when you pierce, Martin, there's likely many veils to this reality, but when you pierce the thinnest veil, Martin, we're talking about gremlins, goblins, elves, jesters. It's a fucking strange place that we live in, dude.
I wanted to ask you about this because you may know something about this. Now,
go ahead.
My son today, and he takes what I say very seriously, and he believes me because he's got no problem with it, is that I was taken, abducted, spiritually, if you like, for a long time when I was young. I would suffer sleep paralysis when it was happening, goblins again. And the result of that was I ended up crippled, a year in a wheelchair. I'm not even fucking joking. Yeah. I was a year in a wheelchair after all of this had happened. So I thought that I was being tested in a chair. Like the Montauk
what did they diagnose you? What bullshit diagnosis did they give you?
They said that it was my legs went into entropy, a mental block caused through hyperactivity. So basically, I'm hyperactive, so my brain stopped my legs from working, is what they said.
You could have like short-circuited somehow, you know.
No medical reason for it. A year later, I wake up, they come back. I wake up and I'm like, Ma'am, they're back. And I can feed them again. But they'd wasted away.
How old were you when this all
I was
went
8 years
down?
old. But it was like through the summer, and I'm sat in the window in my wheelchair watching all the kids playing football out the street. It was torture. I was hyperactive as well. So for me, it was the worst life in the world. But that night, right, is when the sleep paralysis stopped. So I'm on fire, like flames, and I can feel it all. I can feel all the pain to go with it. And I teached myself a way of waking myself up by banging my head on the wall or slapping myself awake like this.
You know what I'm thinking?
Stuck in petrified mode, and then I
Martin,
woke up, and then I was crippled after that happened.
That sounds like an alchemical transmutation. I'm not even bullshitting you, dude. That sounds like a crucible or something. It sounds like an alchemical, some kind of like all right, how do I say this? Like anybody who is to achieve a certain level of energy has to go through some type of process of refinement. Fire, Martin, is the ultimate refiner in this realm. Think about how we purify gold with fire.
Ultimate purifier.
Yes. Yeah. People think water is a purifier. No,
I don't think fire would still exist with water. Yeah.
Fire. The Christ being was said to baptize with fire. John the Baptist baptized with water, but the Christ being baptized with fire. The Christ being is a representation of an alchemical transmutation with fire and purification. Do you see what I'm trying to get at? What you just told me, Martin? You see how it all makes sense? If fire is the purifier of this world. And here's the other thing. If this world goes down in fire, which it says it's supposed to, and like you said with the plasma, fire is not. Here's the thing, man. Fire is not only a destroyer, but it gives birth. All destruction and creation are the same thing. There's no difference.
Destruction is a form of creativity.
Exactly. They're the same thing. There's no difference. When you look at the Hindu and Vedic representation of Kali, okay, the Kali does a dance. The dance is depicted of the, we're supposed to, yeah, it's the dance of destruction and creation. Everybody always calls it the dance of destruction, but it's this. Exactly. It's the same dance. It's an alchemical. It's almost like a chaos magic. It's a chaos. It's a chaos magic dance.
I looked into chaos theory, and chaos is a part of it. These ancient gods of Nurgle and stuff. The chaos gods and stuff.
Exactly.
It's a part of this place. It needs.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a chaos. There's an energy in chaos.
There's been a chaos to my life. It's never been just normal, just sauntering along. It's always been like. Like an entire fucking movie set exploding behind me as I'm walking away, type of thing.
I feel like the chaos taps you more into spirit. Like there's something with chaos that taps you more into spirit. What was I going to say? I wanted to talk a little bit more about the fractal reality. Is that cool?
Yeah, of course, man.
All right, so here's my point, Martin. You've seen like a Mandelbrot set or like a Mandelbrot
I could bring
fractal?
one up and we could show them.
Why don't you bring one up as I'm talking? This won't take too long.
No, man.
This is for my friend Ian. My friend Ian was asking me about this. I'm going to give a shout out right here, Martin, and at the hesitant because a lot of people I should shout out, but I'm just going to shout out my friend Ian at We Are Awake TV. Okay,
cool enough.
We Are Awake TV. Go there right now and subscribe, okay? Because my friend Ian and I were talking about this the other day, and you reminded me about the Mandelbrot set.
Yeah, this is brought in by Arthur C. Clarke, and I give him like as much trust as a pinch of salt because he's the guy who thought up the communication satellite.
Satellites.
He wrote Mandelbrot, but not the fractal science is known anyway.
Right, but this will illustrate it. Yeah, this will illustrate exactly. I hate to give it his name exactly, but okay. So here's my he also co-wrote 2001: A Space Odyssey. I just found out. Did you know that?
That's right. Yeah,
he co-wrote that with Kubrick. We can go into that later, but yeah, let's talk about Mandelbrot because this is important. Yeah, can you bring that one you had up that was moving?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, Martin.
It should go in.
First of all, I'll wait till it starts playing.
It's usually a GIF. There you are. So it's playing on that other one there. But anyway, I got other ones. I'll just scroll up to. But yeah, go on. Sorry.
All right. So here's my point.
It should be an active.
This entire reality evidences something that's fractal and never ending. Okay. It basically continues to infinity. All right. Meaning to say that, here we go. Thank you, Martin. Okay. This is my conception of reality, and I'm probably not the only person to ever think this. Because I want you to think about this, Martin. I want you to think about this. If we live in a world where our mountains were once trees, which means they're basically trees. So if our mountains are trees, Martin, and our tiny parasites look like giant plumed serpent dragons, what the fuck kind of reality is this other than a fractal one?
Yeah.
Let's really think about that, brother. Because whether something is large or small is a matter of your perspective.
You can see fractal in the nature of how a tree grows, for example. You get a set of leaves, and it completely replicates them leaves identically, fractally, outwards, and outwards again, and outwards again, and the same initial leaf. And it's a fractal...
exactly.
Multiplication. So
that's exactly right, dude. Like I said... the Fibonacci sequence, I think, plays strong into it. I think the Fibonacci sequence is the equation of the... What I think, Martin, is it's a fractal vortex. Okay? I think it's a fractal vortex.
Yeah.
That's just going fractally into infinity, spinning based on the Fibonacci sequence exponentially. You know what I mean?
100%.
Which is the golden ratio. Like you said, you were just saying this, Martin.
Yeah, I got
the
it here.
golden, yeah, the golden ratio. There it is, right there. It shows up across this entire reality, from a sunflower to the cochlea. What was that, Martin?
Years.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the cochlea of your inner ear is called the cochlea because it's shaped after a certain shell,
like that
shell. Exactly. There's the conch cochlea shell. Look at the human embryo.
Yeah.
Look at all of these things that we're looking at, people. Look at this quote unquote spiral galaxy. Okay, whatever you want to call that. You can see.
But it's still it's still twisting in the toroidal field.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly.
An animal, before it lays down, a dog or a cat will do 2 or 3 turns and wide itself of the magnetics before it lays down. People don't do the same, but animals do it.
Yeah, man.
Off the torus.
Look at how water funnels. This entire reality. You know, Martin, you know how I said that our chemistry that they give us is a bullshit construct? Yeah. Actual physics is probably vortex physics, if you want to know the truth. If you look at what's his name, Walter Russell, whatever you want to think about him, people think
I've read Walter Russell.
Yeah. If you look at Walter Russell's conception of vortex technology, if you look at some of the German scientists before World War II.
I have looked into Rodin, the work of Rodin. I've looked into, Tesla talks about vortex physics with his 369, and I've looked into it. It's just mind-blowing stuff. I can't believe you know this. This is fucking fantastic.
Martin, the Tesla coil's real. It's all about electrical resonance. They hid the Tesla coil. Yeah. Our entire reality, we probably have a vortex toroidal reality. It's just a giant Tesla coil, people. Our reality is probably just a giant Tesla coil. All Tesla did was copy what our reality probably actually is. It's about electromagnetic resonance. Resonance is demonstrable. You can look at acoustic resonance. Resonance is a way, Martin, resonance is the only way we can see in this reality to increase energy output, to increase the intensity of energy without any further energy expenditures or energy inputs. You understand what I'm saying, Martin?
Yeah,
it increases energy.
In this place is our energy any fucking way, not my money.
Exactly. And the thing is, when you get true resonance, when you have energy that's harmonizing at true resonance, that's when you get synergy. So right now, indeed, Martin and I are sitting here doing all this stuff. We are using actual synergy. Oh no, look at him. Oh, he is a fruitcake.
That's us that done that to him, You don't leave me alone. I'll go in quiet. Go and have a quiet.
Yo, Leaky, he might be the dumbest fuck ever, dude. They put the dumbest fuck out in front of us to try to explain what our reality is.
It's insulting,
you kidding me, dude? But he dropped, I gotta tell you something. When he dropped that microphone and tried to say that was gravity, dude, that was it for me, Martin. That was it for me, dude. These are all the Hindu Vedic, exactly what you're just showing.
Well, it's exactly a representation of the 4 angels. They show you the electromagnetics. Mm-hmm. I did a series, the context of my first book was I just basically showed you, I mentioned fractals. That's where I first used that animation and fractal nature of our reality. Yeah. But I just showed this place is, the microcosm and the microcosm and down to the atom, if you think of an atom.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same. So it had 10 vortexes. The ones in the middle, basically because it's a magnet, Mount Meru, north and south. And the rest were dotted around, and it's shown through antiquity. And I think that this is probably something that's happening in the North Pole. It's some sort of looping, because they just
agree.
Some sort of Mobius type affair, because they're definitely telling us this, aren't they?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And the moon, they're just doing this, really, aren't they?
Look, electromagnetism, folks. Yeah. That's called That's not gravity. You know what's so funny? They'll say that they're defying gravity with that right there, Martin. No, they're not. They're just manipulating electromagnetism. You dumb fucking assholes. Listen, you fucking assholes.
Let me show you.
Okay, for anybody who doesn't understand what that is, okay, it's not anti-gravity. Okay, they're just manipulating electromagnetism. That's all it is, people. It's very simple. They just lied to you. That's all. It's very, very simple.
The X code.
Martin, you got me fired up, dude. You got me fucking fired up.
Well, dude. The Taurus is everywhere. The rams or horns will go into a Taurus. And this X code, which is what I showed earlier, was on Jesus' jersey, is the 4 angels. Because if you see that, you've got Mount Meru in the center, and you've got these vortexes here. which look like a
That
kidney
reminds
bean.
me of our Jesuit friends. That reminds me of our
They have
Jesuit
got
friends.
it on their symbol, is why the
Yeah.
Jesuits, the Vatican.
Talk about a bunch of fucktoids. A bunch
Vatican
of fucktoids.
are
Talk about a
showing
bunch
us
of
the
yeah.
Beatles, the Apple.
Hey
They all,
Jesuits. Hey Jesuits. Fuck you,
they
Jesuits.
all know.
I always wanted to say that on Martin
Church
Liedtke show.
speaks to
Fuck
them.
you, Jesuit fucks. Fuck you.
I chain. They know exactly what this place is.
Yeah.
The sun and the
Exactly.
moon, and the motions of it is the yin yang. And
Well, this is a dualistic world, man. You know, an electrical charge needs a positive. Everything is dielectrics. You need a dipole. A dipole has to create a charge. It's all about ionic differential charges. That's all it is. You have to have an ionic differential dipole to create a charge. There it is right there representing our reality.
Yeah,
You know?
they do it with roads and that. But with this inertia plane, you look, even the mind is two double toruses.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the kidney bean shape? The two,
Yep. Two Tauruses.
yeah, nothing.
You know, I used to work with Martin. I used to work with kids who used to get what's called a hemispherectomy, where they separate down the middle. They separate the two hemispheres. Guess what? They still communicate. The hemispheres still work, and science can't understand it. We'll go into that another time, dude.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
What did they say? Spooky action at distance or something? Did they?
Yeah, spooky my bullshit. You know, they had to define everything with Einstein, Rosen bridges, and quantum entanglement. That's all lies, people. There's no quantum entanglement, people. There's no quantum anything. Just get rid of quantum. Get it out of your fucking mind. Oh my God, that's scary. I think Voynich just fucking had a heart attack. Right, there's a representation of a Tesla coil. Everything works exactly. Tesla probably didn't even live. They just obviously knew the technology. They had to put it on somebody, dude.
I doubt it.
They had to say, give it to somebody. It's just technology. Look at, this, Martin. Look at the fucking cathedrals, bro. Look at the fucking cathedrals, Home Slice. Yeah. You think they didn't fucking know how? You think they didn't know how to tap into the ether? You didn't think they didn't know how to tap into the fucking ether?
Of course they did. They knew this technology. They know deeper technology. This stacking system, this shape stacking to create charge. They're doing it in pyramids. They knew exactly what this place was.
They encoded it in their alchemy the whole way fucking through. It's all about energy. It's so simple to see it.
Mount Meru, look, right? Yeah, this is an old Mount Meru, you know.
Bro, the Vedics knew. Well, here's the thing, Martin. The Vedics were preceded by the fucking Aryans, the real ones, not the shit ones they gave us, dude. Yeah, the Aryans, I think a lot of this goes back to Aryan knowledge, bro. A lot of it, honestly. I really do. They had to corrupt the swastika.
They had the Aryans, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, apparently, yeah. I mean, they had to corrupt the swastika, you know. What about all the stories about the Nazis down in fucking Antarctica, bro? I mean, come on, dude. They called it, come on. They knew what the fuck's going on. They knew.
Yeah, I think there was something going on with that.
Yeah.
This bird narrative, though, you know, has been pushed endlessly since Flat Earth, you know, this chronoscope video and, you know, this land bigger than America, past Little America, and it just feeds us, you know, with excitement of what could be out there and stuff. And I can't help thinking it's deliberate.
There's the Rosicrucians and shit. They all fucking knew. There's the Anunnaki depictions of ancient Sumeria. They fucking knew. Go back to that one, dude. Look down a little bit.
Yeah.
See him with the little guys there and the giants.
Some sort of electromagnetic Tesla type device.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Which is, you know, he's a giant as well. But even his hat looks like his tech as well.
Yeah,
Syria and Mesopotamia, they're all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same tech.
Exactly.
And this X code they do here is they literally doing that to show you that they know what the shape of this fucking earth is, and they know what they're doing based on our little decode of this, which is, if you look at their alchemical symbols of an eagle with the wings open, you see everywhere.
It's really a phoenix, yeah. It represents a phoenix, bro.
Go ahead, magnets in a jar. I'll put a magnet on either side of a jar. It turns into angel's wings, like these. Yeah. Again, you know, the trident or the Vajra, it's a vibrational weapon, isn't it? It's if you tap it, it vibrates, doesn't it? It's a tuning fork, isn't it?
You could look to the ancient depictions of Zayasudra. You could look to ancient depictions of Zoroaster. It's all there, man. It's all there, dude.
Zoroastrianism. I noticed there's an absence of any info anywhere.
There is
in Zabate.
Do you know who? You know that the religion of Zoroastrianism exists to this day. Do you know that, Martin?
Yeah, I fucking do. Yeah.
Do you know, Martin? Do you know who was Zoroastrian? You'll never guess. You probably know.
Freddie Smith.
Will Smith. Freddie Mercury was Zoroastrian, bro.
Oh,
Freddie Mercury.
I was discussing him today. Yeah,
Martin.
Yeah, I think it was you that mentioned about. Was it you or somebody said about Judas Priest and saying he was gay?
That
And
was
well,
me. I was talking
I'm
about that
sure.
the other night.
Like
Yeah.
my son said, I didn't know that. I did. Like I knew that in the 80s, but he was like, it was acceptable even in like a pure fucking homophobic like sort of genre. Like, okay, we get it, but he's like,
Yeah.
fucking, they're really brilliant.
He
But Freddie,
rocks.
no one give a fuck. No one give a fuck about Freddie. He was immune to
Martin,
anything. He was that
not only
fantastic.
not only would no one give a fuck, I'm not gay, but there's only one person that ever existed that I might even think about going gay for, and that's Freddie
Freddie,
Mercury. I
Freddie
love
was.
I
There's
love Freddie
clues in his
Mercury
name.
so much.
Think
Huh?
about his name. Think about his name, Freddie Mercury. It's Red Mercury is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Red Mercury. His real name's an Indian name because he was born in like
Zanzibar. He
Zanzibar.
comes from
But he's
fucking.
got, like,
He comes from fucking Zanzibar, dude.
yeah.
What a weird
See
place
this?
that is. Yeah.
Seen this, right? You know this, like we witnessed with the Falcon Heavy, and then it's like it's hitting water. Yeah. This thing that's going on, boom, where it gets so
Yeah.
high that
Right.
it's water.
Oh, I remember this. I've seen this before.
Right. Well, somebody
Yeah.
done an experiment and compared it to ballistics. Right.
Right.
See, then this spiraling happens, and it just looks too much like water for me. Right.
Yeah.
But someone has shot a bullet in water, and it is absolutely identical. And I shit you not, it really does look like that. It's the same blooming.
Well, Martin, what we call air just may be like a lighter density of water. It just might all be water, bro.
And I don't care what they say. You know, the
Yeah.
luminiferous ether is a fluid ether. And I think it was thicker in the past. We probably could fly
I think water, Martin, is the spiritual. I think water is the physical correlate to spirit. You know, right in the first, as soon as you open Genesis, the first word said,
I know,
the spirit came upon the water. That's the first thing in Genesis. Water and spirit are exactly the same thing. This whole thing, look, the seven heavens that we conceive of. Martin, let's take a trip here. Ready? Here's the thing, Martin. You can go to the bottom of the ocean, and there's another ocean under that ocean with denser water. Okay.
Agreed.
So let's take a little thought experiment. You go down. It's all we know. Relative density is a thing, dude. It's demonstrable. Relative density is real. Okay. So let's think about this, Martin. Under the water is more water, denser water. Then you have our oceans with a certain density. Okay. Our air, we know our air is filled with H2O, right? We know about humidity. We call it. So what's that mean? It's just lighter water. So let's have another conception. What if the layer above us is just a lighter, less dense water than that, and the layer above that, if they say there's seven heavens, maybe there's just seven less dense fucking progressively less dense as water, bro. And they're all
just like Genesis says.
Yeah, bro. There's just water, man, and it's just that's the trick, dude. Water is spirit, dude. Water is spirit. It's the physical correlate to spirit. It's all fucking spirit, dude. It really is. Look at me and Martin figuring out the fucking Martin. I didn't know.
I know.
Martin,
look at us figuring out the universe.
Martin. This show is either going to go one of two ways. Me and you were either going to figure out the universe, or it was going to devolve into a fucking Benny Hill episode.
Oh no, I've already stated earlier on today that later on, like your thing in this will be made apparent later on. I can just see into the future, and I know you're a sage, and I know you're special in all of this. I know that. That's why you're.
Well, I love you, Martin. Do me a favor.
Bruv. It's just that's the message from the Most High. Like you said, what are they hiding most of all? And to me,
Martin, my head's big enough, Martin. It don't have to be anything. My head's big enough. Listen, Martin, let's take a break, dude. I want to get a drink and stuff. Can we take a break and come back?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yo, I love everybody. Don't go anywhere. I love you guys. Okay.
No.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here.
We have nearly 800 people watching. Thanks for popping by, guys. We'll share some more stuff and have a look at some more pictures. I know these things. I know that. But I know it is a great show. Hi, Arwin. Oh, Arwin loves all this stuff. Did you know this, Arwin? They never discovered the moon until 1609. Oh, no, it's true. Scientists made a fundamental discovery 360 years ago between Galileo's first observations of the moon, 1909. Okay. It wasn't there before. It got discovered, guys. All right, let me stop sharing the screen a minute and give you a few shouts. We'll come back there in a minute. Epic Flatterday night, 808 is who's watching. Absolutely fantastic. Please make sure to share this out. Okay, let's have a look what Arwin was just rabbiting about. FEB is awesome. Thank you, Jared. It is fantastic. I'm not just saying that, being biased and that, but I am a big fan of Flat Earth British. It's okay. I am fat bitch. I'm not to do that. Gypsy. Manu. That's pretty good. You know? Better than television. Anyway, television's double shit. Fucking hell. Look what you got to choose from on there. Tazara football. Wales are going to win the World Cup. You may as well not even watch. I just told you what will happen. Hey, Rowena, 1909. Yeah. They found the moon. It wasn't there before. It just turned up. Death Star with Ed Harris in a room, in a window, making the weather. I am here giving fair commentary. Good, Darwin. Keep that up. Keep that up, Kelly. Good to see you. New norm. I'll stick there, new norm, where the sun don't shine. Yeah. Hi, Capalocious. Ezra. Newsflower. Who's Nora, my friend? And Dragon Sage, 7 days, 7 sages, 7 Apocula, 7 seas, 7 sisters. Yeah, there's a lot of sevens, isn't there, going on? 7 days of the week. I heard Andrea saying the other night he's going to pick apart 23, and some of these fucking number codes are just mind-blowing. It just screams this is a matrix and this shit can't be an accident, especially with Fibonacci and the number sequence of golden ratio. Seems a bit impossible without a creator or an intelligent design for any of that to just happen by, chance. Cowboy, good to see you, my friend Kelvin. And question in the narrative. Oi, oi. Dogon's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Dogon morning star. Marcel, good to see you. Truth drops, yeah, man. Drop the microphone. Fritz, in their face. I bet they're so jealous. I bet they wish they was 10% as cool and fucking groovy as we were, but they can't be. Because they wear like little ballerina dresses on the fucking beach. Mac, good to see you. Beniel. Beniel's, I watched a couple of clips of Beniel a couple of days ago. He was playing pool and a hot woman sat down and he kept messing up the shots because she was pulling up her dress on her. And slapping that little guy's head is always amusing. I like that. Slapping little guy's head. Yeah, no, it's shit. It's shit, Mark. We got 10 times better than that. Go and watch Steptoe and Son on the buses. That's Army. Flowery Twat. I mean, Faulty Towers, which is an anagram of Flowery Twat. Alan Meister. Have you seen that new film, Alan versus Predator? Well, apparently, it's really scary. Tinting, I'll check your email later. Lovely. Sherry, good to see you. I know. That's why you're Terry, mate. That's why you're Social Ripper. Water is amazing. That's a big thing on Flat Earth British is the water. We talk about that quite a lot. Brenda, Michelle, Inspired Journey. Nice name. Isabella, whoa. Tartarians, Flat Flummage. Yeah, I know. Tartaria. I know, we're very spiritual and gaudy, aren't we? Ginger. Good, it feels good. Newsflower. Up until the point, he claimed that there might be less dense water up there. Well, it's just different densities and separated the waters, like it says in the New Testament. And you can keep water in stasis using a vibrational frequency, as I've showed on my channel many, many times. So that hum that I mentioned earlier could be just holding the dome in place, which is a water dome. Haven't necessarily got to be a solid object, has it? And it is an ocean above. The sky's blue. Age of the Goddess. Galen Willis, good to see you. Fat Goose. Good to see you, my friend. Forever Freedom Grower. Nice name. Good for you. And Eric the Red. And Sherry Yikes. Hi, Sherry. You was first today, I believe. Benny Hill, here we come. Mana. Mana. No, don't do mana. You're all going mana crazy. Like that. Which I just did. I've been affected by the manamanas. Oh no, I'm fucking manamana dude. Astrocat, good to see you. I can drink heavy water. It's called deuterium. Deuterium, exactly what they had in the heavy water plant during the Germans.
Yeah, touring. Yeah, that's right.
I'm not trying to buy that anyway. It's like because they're saying he was using it for nuclear bombs, and that's not something I think is a thing at all.
Probably
Most of the
not.
scientists are quantum mechanic chaps, aren't they? Neil Bohr, and Oppenheimer. I think he's got like a sort of German name going on there, hasn't he? And all of them, really.
Yeah, fucking douchebags, all of them.
I haven't got any famous quantum mechanic scientists out of Britain that I can remember. Feynman is one of yours. What a tosser he is, Feynman. I used to so dig him as a kid. I used to think he was fantastic. And then when Challenger exploded, he's like, "Oh, I'm the guy that's going to investigate it." And then he breaks it all down. And he's saying like, "Oh, it's this washer here caused the disaster." I was like, "Feynman, you're supposed to be the greatest physicist of all fucking time, yeah? And you're talking bollocks. This is obviously bullshit. They're all still alive, for fuck's sake." You know,
Dude, that space shuttle presentation was completely and utterly insane.
unbelievable.
That they present that to us as reality. It's unfucking. Yo, Martin, I said this.
Parents are laughing. Some of the parents are, the people are laughing. They put the camera on some of the people, and they're literally laughing.
I said this the other night. If we could go to space, the Air Force would have did it. They wouldn't have had to create NASA, Martin. The Air Force just would have fucking went to space. They would have just went. The Air Force would have did it. It's so stupid.
No, I agree with that completely. Yeah, India's got a space program, and Africa got one as well, I heard. India becomes the latest nation to land on the moon. Oh, do you know what?
As well.
Do you remember JAXA when they did that apparently around the moon, and there's like no stars, and it looks like it's made of sponge stuff? Are they going to do that again with us? Because that's just going to be stupid. I hope they're not going to do that with us. So
what? What are you talking about? Going around the moon and sit?
Well, they're supposed to be going to do a slingshot to come back and take a bit of video.
Oh yeah, they did that in the movie Armageddon. I saw. Armageddon is just as real as Martin. The space propaganda that they gave us from day Martin. It's obviously about to tell us for everybody. One of the first movies ever made was a French movie called Trip to the Moon.
Oh, I saw my channel. Yeah, I posted it years ago. Yeah,
it's one of the first movies they ever made. Martin said this before.
That's really good. Dude. This is happening up there. There's a guy who lives underground called a Soup Dragon. Have you seen Button Moon? Have you got that in America?
No, it looks crazy though.
To Button Moon, I fucked up Mr. Spoon. Button Moon. It goes like that at the beginning. So look at this, right? He's got a picture. It might be an earlier mission, though, but he has got a picture of the Earth and from the moon while he's talking on the phone live. To the people.
Oh my, you gotta be kidding me. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's totally stupid, aren't they? They're really stupid. That's what's really going on.
That's not bad. I like them panties. Those panties are pretty nice. They fit, that's good fit there.
Fits really perfectly as well.
Yeah.
Smelly.
Nice.
Yeah, no. These are supposed to be moon shots. Let's have a look what we got. I
like that moon. I like that moon shot with the panties you just showed me. Give me that moon shot.
Yeah, I got more of them.
Yeah.
I am the. Have you noticed this as well? This John Lennon Mind Games. Have you looked? That's a brilliant little clue shot on that. But this like her face laying down and all of that.
Is that Yoko?
Yeah, and it's identical to an old artwork that I know. And they've sort of realized it. Yeah. This guy's a fucking hero. Look at that. Earth is not flat. Vaccines work. We've been to the moon. Chemtrails aren't a thing. Climate change is real. Stand up for science.
Yeah, he's got it all figured out. I mean, look, with a guy who wears jeans like with a pair of mom jeans like that, you got to trust that guy.
Jeans.
Yeah, if you got enough balls to wear those mom jeans, I trust your shirt.
And why they got a fucking Hollywood star if they're not actors? You know, they give them a Hollywood star.
God, look at that. We're fucking douchebags, man. Yo, dude, that Buzz Aldrin, that guy's a fucking character. What am I looking at here? What is this?
Well, it's basically if you just dunk a disc that looks like the moon into water like this, it'll show the waxing and the waning.
Yeah.
Sort of again with water above.
That's what I'm saying. Water. Yeah.
With me, brother. Have you ever seen this guy?
He talks. He says the moon is plasma. He tells you the moon's plasma.
Cold.
Yeah, I seen this guy. He tells us, he says, fuck you. He says, you're not going to the fucking moon. Go fuck yourself. Gus Grissom knew that. Gus Grissom apparently put a lemon on the goddamn lemon. They fucking off.
Look what happened to Gus Grissom. Fucking got
exactly. Yo, Martin, hold on. Let's take a moment to honor Gus Grissom if that story's true.
Yeah,
I'm being
it's
actually
famous.
serious here. I'm being serious here.
Oh, I am.
I'm honoring Gus Grissom if that story's true. That means he's a hero, dude. Because you know they probably had his family. You know you can't go against these fucks, dude. You know,
Oh, no.
Honestly, bro, when he put that lemon on there, he knew he was signing his death warrant, dude. You and I both know that, dude. You don't fuck with these fucks like that. Once you're in their system, me and you could stay up here because you're some fucking weird Welsh guy from Middle Earth, and I'm a Guido Dago from New Jersey. They don't give a fuck what we're doing. But if you're Gus Grissom and we're blasting you off to the fake moon, you best not be fucking. They're gonna take you out, man.
Yeah, they are. Like, no Gus Grissom, though. What's he
up to? Oh, sorry,
him?
Gus.
He's got to be told to fuck up the way he is, Buzz Aldrin. I'm not buying the whole narrative of his background is so dicey, and his mother and all of that caper. And
I don't know, dude.
It's just are they telling him to do that because he's sort of giving it away? So I went to the Space Museum in Leicester in Britain, and they had a bit of moon rock there, and like the Dutch Queen of Holland was given a bit of the moon rock, and she had it analysed, and she's like, "That's fucking wood, yo." So they even skanked a royal with chunks of moon rock. Yeah. So fucking ridiculous.
See, when it comes to
there's that film you was mentioned.
Yeah, dude, that's it. It's French. It's a French. Look how stupid it is. It's pretty cool looking back, like just the imagery and shit. It's kind of whimsical.
Air Brothers. It's absolutely brilliant film. It is really, really good and well made as well.
The fucking indoctrination from day one. You know, it's funny, Martin. People have this conception that like, oh, the globe is just a bad theory and they fucked up. No, they didn't. They instituted it for control. You don't think they know what this place is? Give me a fucking break, people. They're controlling your minds. They're controlling your minds.
I mean, there must be some shit of fucking acrobatics if we're spinning at this 1,000,000 miles an hour doing this loopy doopy.
What are we looking at? Like Mars or something?
No. This is supposed to be the heliocentric version.
Of okay.
Of the fucking Earth off into infinity and ever increasing speed. Blah blah blah. But they catch
that makes sense.
Yeah, they apparently catch it. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
No, that doesn't. Nothing makes fucking sense anymore. Not in this place anyway. But yeah, this is what I should see on the moon because the whole Earth should fill up the entire horizon. Yeah. And this fucking Rari fucking thing from years ago, 1,000,000 miles out of my ass. They had a camera 1,000,000 miles out, and there's no shadow on the Earth off the moon because that doesn't happen.
Martin, I looked into because they say they have a couple things out there. They have that one. What's it called? They just sent it out there apparently. Whatever the fuck.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
So here's my point, bro.
The James Webb.
Yeah, that's it, Webb. You got it. So here's my point. I said, how do they even explain it? They say it's at a perfect position so that it is being equally pulled by the gravity of both the sun and the Earth. So at 1,000,000 miles, like 900,000 miles, near 1,000,000 miles, is this perfect zone where the gravity of the moon and the Earth are the same relatively, and it just stays there.
Listen,
are you fucking kidding?
Our gravitational pull should be pulling the event horizon should break, and this should be cascading into the Earth and smashing into us if all of that was a real thing. I don't think it's a physical object. It could be somewhere along the lines of, like holography, just like that.
The whole sky, Martin, might be holographic, really. And that's the thing, man. When people want to talk about, when they talk about flat Earth and proofs and stuff like that, and we start talking about the stars, I think we get in trouble because we don't know what the fuck the stars are. But we know one thing. The Earth shows no convexity. That's it. That's all. There's no convexity at all, people.
I think stars are closely connected with antiquitech because I was looking at some earlier. I was going to talk, just to show you.
Cool, yeah, I want to see it.
I have photographed a lot myself when I have my camera. Excuse me, stars.
I got to admit, that picture of fucking R2D, that picture of fucking C-3PO is pretty disturbing, bro. That's what disturbing fucking, yeah.
They had it in there, didn't they?
Because that fucks with my childhood in a way I don't even want to think about. I don't want to even think about
that. These are good evidence for the dome as well. These upward lightning streaks. Have you seen them?
They're called sprites. Yeah, they're called sprites, dude.
These are slightly different to sprites. Yeah.
Okay, what are
other phenomena? With the upward going lightning, your lightning starts in the ground, yeah? But these not.
Lightning goes up to the sky. That's exactly right.
Yeah, and
Lightning
these
goes
are
from the
a blue
ground up.
purple color, and they will go
Mhm.
upwards from a storm rather than
Mhm.
connect underneath, as you can
It's a
see.
dielectrical charge. Is what it
It's got to
is.
make the connection. It's got to complete the
Yeah.
connection. Exactly that.
Exactly.
What's
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
dielectrics, people. It's a positive and a negative. It's all it is. It's very simple. You have to have a bipolar difference, and the charge builds on either side. It's they call it ions. It's fine if you want to call it ions because they call it ions. They make it about electrons and stuff. That's just not really. But I don't want to get too deep in it. But they're dipoles. Everything's a dipole. This world is a world of duality. Look at binary code. To have form in this world, you need duality. You have to have an opposite. Form has to have an opposite.
Good and evil,
Yeah,
and yeah, the whole balance.
because it creates resistance. Resistance creates energy. If everything's light, it needs some kind of resistance to create itself, to create it into something else other than light or consciousness. You have to have resistance.
I captured these original NASA images. And
Oh, you
like
were there. They had you up on the trip, Martin. Now we know.
I
They had
downloaded
you.
them.
You were stowing away on Apollo 11. They had you in the fucking.
No, I've been using these for years to pick them apart. It's where my best bust for NASA came from. A video where they just basically missed screws and had air gaps and that. But they were supposed to have taken footage of the Earth as it moving away in cislunar space to the moon. Only thing is, this thing haven't fucking shifted. It's supposed to be spinning, and it haven't shifted. That storm does not move. Yeah, all the way to the fucking moon. It's just like.
So how many days was that supposed to be over? What's the progression?
Well, 3 to 4 days, wasn't it? And I don't know
Right.
what speeds they say they're going at, And there was a date thing going on as well, where like, oh, we've arrived before time, and it's like you're not supposed to be there yet. There was all of that going on as well, And what
Yeah.
they say is real, It's just how they got the nerve to say any of this stuff is fucking real.
Oh, they got balls, dude. They
There's
got
my photo.
fucking balls. They got a lot of balls. Is that a
Stars.
certain star? Yeah, real
Yeah,
stars.
and they just look like wave functions. Some of them look like somatic patterns that you
They're
see.
probably sentient, Martin. They're probably sentient beings. They say the fallen ones. Or Martin, let's look at what we call planets. They're just wandering stars, right? They've transgressed their place in the cosmos. They have transgressed their creation in the cosmos. Why do we name them after gods? They're a representation of the fallen ones because they've moved out of their position in the cosmos, in the constellations. They're the wandering stars. They've transgressed their position. They've transgressed God, i.e., fallen. Why do you think we name them after gods? They're sentient beings, most likely.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I just looking. I don't even know what that is. It's an old video from time ago. It looks fucking good. It's 10 minutes of it as well. I can't even remember what that is. I've been doing this for so long now. It's hard to even believe. This is a Bravia advert, which shows you the shape of the Earth. I don't know whether you've seen this. There's been a few adverts that literally show you though.
No, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this one.
Right. This was a goodie. The old Bravia advert. Hang on, they show you the Earth, and it's supposed to be that big. They show you that big, so it's filling the entire horizon.
Yeah, of course.
Which is what it should be happening. And then they show you what it really is. That. A studio and a screen, which is what's really happening. Yeah?
Martin, what do you think prevents the average person from waking up to this, dude? What's the...
You can't wake a hypnotized person. When you got like somebody that thinks they're a chicken on the stage when they've been hypnotized by a famous hypnotist, you can't tell that person they're not a chicken when they're going buck, 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 around the stage. Hypnotism deep. It goes right into the consciousness. And this is why, I don't know if you've done much flat earth debating. I'm guessing you have. But when you're on the street, I did a bit in the summer, and I had globe tads coming at me. I got one guy saying, you flat earthers, like, yeah, I hope you fucking die. I went, what? And you say that, you got an NHS t-shirt on your fucking dickhead. I'm like, proper abusive, And it's a knee-jerk response because they don't want to be They want to be in a matrix, and they probably know deep down underneath that it is true.
Right.
We were born flat earthers. Remember that. It's just as soon as they grabbed us away to our parents, it was downhill indoctrination from there. But we're born flat. You know, all
Exactly.
if we hadn't been told, if we lived in a country and we hadn't been to Western schools, the last conclusion you will possibly make is a spinning ball in space.
Yeah. Martin, I don't debate them. I'll dialogue with them, but I won't debate. You know why, Martin? Here's why.
Can't bother
You don't.
myself.
You know why, Martin? Because you don't debate science. Science is researched. Science is about research and the empirical method. Science is about what is observable, what is measurable, and what is repeatable. We're talking about science. Science isn't debated. Science follows specific rules of the empirical method of objectivity. Science is a method for discovery. It's not an institution. They co-opted science and made it an institution. Science is a method of discovery using certain principles based upon the empirical method. It's not a debate. Okay, science isn't up for debate.
Method. So how come then, with you know, an independent variable, we're not allowed to bring out an alternative model, like saying about the flat Earth? How come is that not acceptable in modern science when it should be seriously debated as a serious concept? Why is it not?
Exactly. You know what's funny, Martin? You talk about talking to these people on the streets and these globies and stuff. It's pretty. They ask me, like, well, how come there's no debates? How come there's no debates? And I say to them, you tell me. It begs the question, how come there's no debates? Because there's a lot of flat earthers. So why isn't there any debates? Oh, I love this one, dude. I love this cargo ship.
Now, this just shows you how fat it fucking is.
Is it Suez or Panama? This might be the Suez, no? Is it Panama? I'm not sure. Either way.
It looks a bit bumpy on the sides and jungly, so I've always thought it was the Panama.
Gotcha. Here's ships over the horizon. Hey, people, if you think ships go over the horizon, study a little thing called perspective, okay?
Exactly.
All right? Study a little thing called perspective. People, okay, see, I get fired up, Martin. Non-Euclidean geometry works on perspective. This is a Euclidean world. If you want to look up how this world works, look up Euclidean geometry. It's all right angles, people. Everything's level. It's all based off Euclidean geometry. Now, when you get into the realm of optics, that's non-Euclidean. Study optics, people. Study fucking... Martin, this world's not going to know. We're going to take it. Listen, I'm going to talk to the fuckos listening to us right now. Listen, Klaus Schwab, I know you're on a beach somewhere in your goddamn tutu, drinking some fucking adrenochrome, all right? Go fuck yourself, Klaus Schwab. You're a fucking pervert. I'm not going down to you, Klaus Schwab. I ain't going down to you of all people.
Deep shit, and they don't even know it. They probably do know it. And because they're like, you know, like pussies, they like literally shit themselves like, oh, they're coming to get me. Probably cry. They probably have a little cry. They're not going to do as they're told. It's like in The Simpsons. We got a little girl here, and she's not basically doing democracy, and they have the army coming in and everything to sort of get Lisa Simpson to believe in democracy again. It's like that. It's like that.
Yeah, man.
It's like when Katy... Do you know when Katy Perry, right? She cranked up one night. I got the video, right? And she's in her bed, and she decides to go on YouTube. The stupidest thing. She just looks like a normal girl. Yeah, from an area like where I live, and my mate Dan was in the chat, and he told her the Earth was flat, and she went, "Oh my God, the Earth is flat," like that. And they basically deleted the channel, and by the morning they brought Neil deGrasse Tyson to her house to explain to her how it wasn't.
Well, dude, that's what they did with Kyrie Irving. When what's his name? Steph Curry said something about it, because we know Kyrie Irving. You know who that is, right? He's a basketball player, Kyrie Irving. Yeah. So
I love Kyrie Irving. He's just such a smart chap. He's brilliant.
Yeah. So anyway, but another one, Steph Curry said. Now Steph Curry's a bigger star. Steph Curry might be arguably. You have LeBron James, but Steph Curry might be probably the biggest star.
Yeah,
he's in the guard. He's in
Keanu then. Keanu Reeves, Keanu West. What do you make of what he's up to?
Kanye,
yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a whole different story, dude.
It's like he's saying like a lot of stuff like to solidify what we already suspicious.
They got to gatekeep things. They have to gatekeep it.
Sacrificed his mother.
Yeah.
You know, this Illuminati thing is real. The mind control, the MK Ultra, the sex slaving, the whole fucking thing's really saying.
Because here's the thing, man. They got to gate, because there's people like me and you here talking to like almost 1,000 people or whatever, and how many more are going to hear. They have to gatekeep the information. You know, when enough people start getting. And the other thing is, Mark, I think they're going to crash the system soon. I think they have to crash it. Like I said before, it's the order out of chaos. I don't think they have any intention of keeping the system going like it is. I think they extracted everything they wanted. They extracted the energy and the resources from us. And I think it's time for the other reset, brother. That's why I'm preaching that to everybody, get the fuck off the system, because they're going to cut you off anyway. Get off now. Start developing communities. Develop communities.
My son bought a ship. I'm trying to get a boat as well. I'd love to be able to get a cruiser for us all to have and just get the fuck out. You know,
get off their fiat currency.
Do you know what? When you're in the water, you just don't feel all of their fucking bullshit coming at you. Yeah,
exactly.
And you feel like I just can't explain. It's clear.
Martin, they can't touch us because they have to follow natural law. Martin, I have a theory. That people like me and you and everybody listening to us right now, and all the people that are like us, I have a theory. We are the price that they had to pay for their final push at domination, because their magic, although it's dark magic, they still have to follow natural law. So what I think is the karmic trade, you following me, Martin? The karmic price that they had to pay to enslave the world with this technology, knowing they had to use technology to do it, was that all their secrets, this is the revelation, this is the apocalypse, that all their secrets would get out, and people like me and you and everybody in here would know them. I don't think we're a mistake, Martin. They had to let some of the captives free. Now, here's the point. Here's where free will and autonomy come in, because now that we have the information, it's what are we going to do with it? That's our choice, brother. They had to give it to us. Here's what I like to say to people, Martin, because I want to show them who they are. You are an autonomous, sovereign individual. Upon your head, you wear a crown of purple light. They call it a crown chakra. It's purple.
Indeed. Yeah.
Purple is the color of regency and majesty. You have a purple crown of light upon your head. You are a sovereign being. These people have no control over you. They just tricked you into their system. They get you to consent to their system. You have free will and choice. Do not give your sovereignty to these people, because they can't take it from you. You have to give it to them.
I know.
Let me tell you something. If you already gave it to them, take it back. Take it fucking back from them.
And we can do that.
You're never too gone. You're never too gone. I don't care who you are and what you've done. You're never fucking too gone. Okay? You're still here. You still have a chance. Okay? Don't worry about these people. Don't be scared of them. Yeah, the figure presented as Jesus, whoever you want to think he was, Yeshua, Jesus, whoever the fuck you want to think he was, his words said this: fear not the ones that can kill your body, but the ones that can kill your body and your soul. Okay? This isn't your world. This is their world. The figure Yeshua said, build your treasure in heaven, because where your treasure is, your heart will be also. Okay? They can't touch you. Be in this world and not of it. You know, people want to know what to do. They tell me, Zetetic, what do I do? What do I do? The words that ring true to me: be in this world and not of it. I don't care who said it. I don't care what you think of the Bible. What do the words say to you? Whether it comes from the Bible or a fucking fortune cookie, because we don't know about history. It could be made up. We don't even know if Jesus even existed. But what do the words say to you? If the words say be in this world and not of this world, if that resonates with you, then that's all that matters. Because Martin, to me, that's the only thing that fucking makes sense. Because everything in this world is just a bizarre fucking place, dude. So I don't know where else to go to other than that, homie. You got me fired up, Martin. Martin, you got me fucking fired up, dude. You got me fired up, dude. We're about to take an airship to Tartaria. Where's Chief Crow? I love you. You know that Chief Crow song, Martin? You know what I'm talking about?
I love Chief Crow, man. Of course.
Yeah, dude. That song was made for you, Martin. The first time you heard that song and it said Tartaria, what did you do? Did you?
I just fucking love him. I thought he'd done that for me. Did you go to Flattoberfest then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'll go to the next one. I'm gonna go to the next one.
Chief Crow played.
I know. I heard.
I've got most of their records. I keep them all. I download them all.
Look, man, once you put Tartaria in a song, that makes you cool automatically. You know.
I got a feeling like after Christmas, next year, that this subject's going to just sort of fucking they for them to start a Netflix program and try and grab ownership for it. And I see elements of Tartaria and Mud Floods and Antiquitech through movies. When that Mortal fucking Engines turned up, everyone contacted me, Martin, check out Mortal Engines. It looks exactly like what you've been fucking talking about.
I saw that movie, dude, with the traveling city machines and shit, bro.
City machines.
Yeah, that's so weird, bro.
I know. All Antiquitech. Also, London was a fucking big moving tractor type thing.
Yeah.
So,
well, look at the depictions, Martin. Look at the depictions of what they say about the New Jerusalem, like in Isaiah in the Old Testament, and all that New Jerusalem shit from like Revelation. What could that be? This fucking New Jerusalem. It sounds like it's like something like that, dude. Doesn't it?
I don't know. I always thought it was like a state of mind because Oliver Cromwell, during the English Civil War, his main saying was, "We want Jerusalem and we want it now." But the idea in Britain, a lot of people think Edinburgh in Scotland is the real Jerusalem, and the Dome on the Rock is on the castle there, on the volcano that is there in Edinburgh. But I think it's more of a state of mind, because there's many candidates for Jerusalem. I've literally seen Florence on a map called Jerusalem. The Italian city of Florence, I've seen as Jerusalem. Earlier maps do not really call Jerusalem. You get Halem, Salem, and you just like the Jewish version. But the two words Jerusalem together, I haven't seen until 1800s. The earlier maps is New Jerusalem. So I think it's a state of mind. It's the same with the American states, isn't it? It's like if you're in California, you're in the California state because you're in the California state, and it's a completely different mindset to the people on the East Coast, isn't it? Say in Connecticut to California, they're not the same mind, not the same state of mind, are they? Different people. So, a world away, really. So,
well, yeah, like me, like I live on the East Coast. I live in New Jersey.
Cool.
So that's a world away from California. I've been to California one time.
I can do it's a shame. New Jersey accent.
Go ahead, let me hear it.
Well, I'm from New Jersey. I've been from New Jersey all my life. No, New Jersey. You gotta say it like that, haven't you? I'm from Atlantic City.
That's the first time I ever. It's funny. I live right near Atlantic City. I'm like 30 minutes from there, bro.
Go to Atlantic City.
Atlantic City's an interesting place. It's right on the ocean and stuff.
It's changed a lot. If you look on Google, it's not Boardwalk Empire anymore. It's all like big sort of industrial estates and stuff. But I always thought gangsters was running it. The
guy who wrote Boardwalk Empire lives a mile down the road from me. His wife was my English teacher, dude. Isn't that weird? His name was Johnson. You could look this up. The guy who wrote the book Boardwalk Empire, or what the book movie was based off of. I don't know if the book was called Boardwalk Empire, but that Scorsese Boardwalk Empire show was based off a book. The guy who wrote the book's name is Nelson Johnson, and then remember the guy in the movie whose name's Nookie Johnson. It was supposed to be like his uncle or whatever. The town I live in was actually in the first episode. There was a tribute to it. They were going, you see a sign that says the town I live in. Steve Buscemi, that was a good show, man. Steve Buscemi was good.
A good actor, him. I like him. I've always liked him.
I like him. Yeah, he's one of the actors I like, man. Yeah. How about the Big Lebowski? Remember he was Donnie in the Big Lebowski?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was in that as well. He's been in some fucking fabulous things.
Yeah.
He's a weird looking guy. He does a lot of westerns and stuff.
Yeah,
he's fucking weird. You had the longest pier in the world in Atlantic City. It was like
the Steel Pier.
Yeah.
It's called the Steel Pier. They used to have a diving horse, Martin. The horse used to dive off into water. Wow. It's called the diving horse.
Genau.
Yeah, Atlantic City's pretty cool, man. Yeah,
it is. I know.
I literally live I live right down I live like 20 minutes from there, dude. I live like 20 minutes from that fucking place.
That's fucking nuts. It's quite far down the coast then, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not New York end of New Jersey, are you?
No, I'm in southern New Jersey.
Yeah.
Closer to Philadelphia. My accent's more like a Philadelphia accent than a New York accent. So I have more of that Philly Italian. Yeah. I'm Italian. I'm Italian. The whole family's Italian. I'm a Guido. I'm a Guinea Wop Guido. I love making fun of Italians. Because I'm 100% Italian, so it gives me immunity. I can pretty much say what I want. You know what I mean? It's like when a black guy just makes fun of black people. That's why
I
it's
can
so
take the
funny.
piss out of the Welsh and call them all sheep shaggers. I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love making fun of Italians, you know.
That's
It's
what I like
fun
to
for
do.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, my friend speaks. Do you speak Italian at all?
No, just the curse
Just
words.
the important stuff. Bellissimo bambino. Yeah. Grazie prego. Yeah. Ciao.
Yeah.
Important stuff. That's all
Well,
I
there,
know.
you know, there's a universal language that doesn't even need speech.
No, it's the universal language of love, brother. It spreads out there, yeah? It's only a few words you need in the international world, okay? And I am a man of the world. Big wellies. Hendrik, that's not nice. Big wellies in Wales. Why? To stick the paws of the sheep into my wellies is what you're trying to say, isn't it? That's not nice, Hendrik. You can get banned doing that. No, he's not. He's good. Oh, thank you so much for coming by. You're definitely going to come over again, aren't you? Z? And we'll have like make a regular thing. Try and grab
Yeah.
some
Martin, I
other.
would like that, man. And this was
This is
this
perfect
was
synergy because what I'm finding with me, and I asked my friend about it actually, because it's awkward with me in Hangouts because sometimes you've got quieter people and not so feisty people. My personality tends to drown it all fucking out. Yeah. And it's
yeah.
just, I don't give everyone an equal chance. And I don't mean to do that. It's just how I am. But don't work like that with you.
No, you're right. It is synergy, man.
You
Yeah,
know what I
we'll
mean?
keep Martin. We'll keep this going, dude. We're gonna stick it to these fucks. We're
Yeah,
gonna stick it to these fucks.
fucking
All right,
definitely. Brother.
yo, man.
I've been going
This was
4
great.
hours anyway. 770 of you still 70 you still watching. Thanks so much for
Yeah.
sticking with us.
Yo, listen, everybody who's out there, I love you guys. You want to come over to my channel or whatever? I don't know if somebody wants to
Links
throw a link in.
below.
I don't give a
Make sure
fuck.
to go and subscribe to the Static Warriors description box below the video. You can find that, okay, guys? So
Yeah, we're gonna be doing fun stuff at my channel. Okay, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I know it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do all kinds of shit. And yeah, lead key. Let's fuck these motherfuckers right up to fucking took us. All right,
yeah.
brother. I love you. Peace.
Oh, love you, brother. You take it easy. I'll see you soon, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
stay around. That was epic. 700 odd of you still here. All right, thanks, Dave Knuckles, my brother. Thanks, Cleveland. Yeah, he's epic and easy. Yeah, be good later on down the road, obviously. Ooh, there's that red brick lady. She's lovely, she is, isn't she? Look at her. Deborah, the red brick chick. What? I'm allowed to have a little flirt now and again. There's no harm in it. Dragon Sage, looking, Capilocious, Eric Red. Good to see you, my friend. And Alex, who's pushing Castle. And my son is Mezzo Narapariano. And my friend speaks fluent Italian. We've got to go like to Italian places so she can show off speaking Italian to him. It's weird. It's just weird. They're all talking Italian in Britain. But we got quite a big Italian population here in Cardiff. Lots of Italian places. And she sacrificed everything to enjoy nothing, truth bear, never a truthful word said. And that's what they do. Sacrifice everything and enjoy fuck all. Greed. I've never been a big fan of greed. Never been a big fan of dishonesty or anything like that, really. I only once accidentally broke the law 38 years ago, and that was an accident. And I ain't even joking. That's it. 55 fucking years. I accidentally broke the law 38 years ago. That should make you think. Alan, good to see you. No, literally, accidentally. I didn't even mean to do it. Not even my fault. Fucking stupid. Wrong place, wrong time. Fucking Glastonbury. Rowena. And exactly that. I'm Simon Sadman. Are you Simon Dan fan? Have you got a gay pride t-shirt on? Does he sniff your hair? It's true about what they're saying about Simon Dan. I don't know whether you know about him and conspiracy cards. Yeah. I'm just saying. It might be true, guys. It might be true. There's another cunt in America as well. What's his name? Toon or something. He's fat, like sort of CIA looking motherfucker. Reads a script. They're all in the same bum club. I'm not being horrible. It's true. Okay. Neil deGrasse Tyson is their leader. Gav Stag, good to see you. Age of Goddess. I'm Love Sheep. What call a Welsh guy with 4 sheeps? Pedwapping. Pavlov, who are you? You're always really clever and you know like Welsh stuff. I thought you were Russian, but you have got sheep in the title. You always astound me. Lovely Shady Ives is in the house. Henrik, my brother. Henrik von Cat. Good to see you, my brother. Lex. 100% Italian, can't speak a word. Good to see you as well. So Italians are lovely people. I was in love with an Italian American girl once in my youth. She was very beautiful though. So, but she went back, as they always do, back in American land. But it was all for the best anyway, because I'm here now, ain't I? Data Crunch, Lee Flat of British subscribers here in the channel. I want to hear a round of applause. Okay, this is for you, Lee. Okay, I got your messages. Okay. This is to that red brick woman. Okay, and any other woman. Okay, there you are. We love Hippie Shake. I'm glad she stayed here, and she's with her fam, Cowboys, and panel. To see you, which is lovely. That gives me a warm, nice feeling. And Skull Asylum, Capulocious. Atlantic City is a big name during Prohibition. Yeah, it was. It was gangsters and all that. It's pretty shit hot, actually. I love that place. All of that gangster era. I like my idea of relaxation is watching a Humphrey Bogart or George Raft gangster movie or Jimmy Cagney. I love all gangster movie. Tell you a good film. Rebecca De Mornay's Rebecca. Watched it the other night with absolutely fantastically beautiful Joan Fontaine. I mean fluffy. And Laurence Olivier, 1942 film. Well, watch that. Oh, it's on YouTube later. It's a lovely film. Powerful. It's about gaslighting. And motherfuckers. Martin loves sheep. I'm actually from the city, Rowena. I don't see too many sheep. The first time I saw one, I thought it was a big hairy dog. Because I'm like in the middle of the fucking city. So don't get too many sheep in the middle of Cardiff. Seagulls. Squirrels. We get squirrels. Do you know, I seen a tin of squirrel meat. And I hope they're fucking joking. If I catch anyone tinning up squirrels, right? You just be having it later. Squirrels are not for eating. They're too fucking cute. You can't eat cute stuff. Okay. I seen another video as well of a chicken swimming in the water. A guy took it in the sea and it was swimming. Seemed to be really happy. It was really aquatic looking, like a duck, which are also really nice. Feed the trolls. Yes, they love me, squirrel. Okay. I only have a video every other day made about me anyway. So not that I give a flying fuck. Because just goes to show I'm still relevant. Isabella, good to see you. So that was a fantastic night, wasn't it? So you had your brain splatters. So we got Eclipse. Seems to be, according to this book, which I'll link right the way in a minute when I finish this vlog, produced. Strange eclipses, strange phenomena, loud noises, make ringing in the ears. I thought it was a biggie because of 5G. I'm sure if you splice all that together in your brain, it's all going to make perfect sense. It did to me anyway. Love nothing of this world. Recycling reality. I don't hate anything. Dislike a few things, but I don't hate anything in this realm. Not really. Not even the really bad ones. Don't feel sympathy. I don't feel anything. It's their karma, the cunts. I love stuff. I love stuff. Recycling reality. I can't help it. Is it sinful? I'm a sinner. Okay, I love shit. I love a lot of shit. I'm a type of person who loves stuff. Guarantee you. I'm always doing the love thing. Me. Social Ripper. Let's see you, Eric. Tax haven, New Jersey. I know. I'd love to go there. They did have tax exemption in the Scilly Islands till the 1950s. I think it was 54, and then they stopped there. Otherwise, that'd have been tax exempt. I think the Isle of Man is as well, but you got to be gay to go there, so don't bother. That might not be true. I don't know. I think it is true. Lucy Cat, Manx Wanks. It rhymes. It might be that. And then Vividness, Holistic Media, Super Sidewinder. I'll write a song about that. Super Sidewinder. Okay, Alan, Flayed Earth. Okay, I gotta go, guys, because I've been talking for nearly 4 hours. I've done an interview. Massive long vlog. I'm worn out now, and I got a zinging sensation in my brain, which is from my voice, and I'm sick of my own voice, so I'm gonna have to go. But it was really great to talk to V, wasn't it? Do more of that. That was fantastic. Brilliant show. Thank you. Well, show your appreciation by liking this video if you would. and realize that my videos are actually there, but you have to click the live icon because it's all stupid because YouTube are too stupid for even words. Okay, food for thought. As the cat, so enjoyed that. Sounded Irish. It did sound Irish when I tried to do New Jersey. I know. Don't worry. I'm not good at impersonating New Jersey people. New Jersey. Like that. Okay, Daryl. Okay, boom shanker to everyone. Thanks for popping by. 700 of you. 700 of you like it. Like my video. And share everything. What you do on YouTube. Stuff. Yeah. And subscribe. And I'm on a boat. I got a boat link for my boat. I'm on a boat. Otherwise, I can't go to Scilly and show you that Starfort and shit. Okay? Not going to run away. Okay? Not going to run away. They've got the internet, you know. It's Dean. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking if he gets a boat, he'll run away. I won't do that. I'm not going to run away from Flat Earth British community. It's my fucking world. Canoe pasty, juiciest live ever. You fucking know it, brother. It was. Okay. Poor dog, Mag. Don't make me cry. I got a thing about dogs. I love dogs. All animals. Stop drinking pee, people. Yeah. Stop pissing in your face and trying to catch your piss. It's weird. I don't know if they do that. I don't know how they do it. I hear they leave it go brown and ferment in a bottle and then have it when it goes a bit meaty. Each to their own. Each to their own. Don't knock it. I just not my cup of tea. Literally. Although it's the same colour. Okay. Gypsy. Exactly that. Edna Bell, we love you, Edna Bell. Good to see you, my lovely. Ah, she's lovely. There we are, Peter. Good night. All right, Nostalgic. Thank you, Ezra. Thank you, Pushing Castle. Always. Alexage. And all my friends. And a lovely hippie shake who's had a difficult week. We send her love and good vibes through the ether right now and should reach her. Send a love bomb. Should explode now. And then you will feel all fuzzy and nice. All hail. Not like literally hail, because that might hurt him. All hail GeoShifter. We love you, GeoShifter. It's good. You always here. It's brilliant. Lentagram, my brother. Super muscle horses. Good to see you, my brother. Underground. So we'll all have to catch up one day soon, all us flat earthers and British people, and have a little gathering of some sort, because that's the thing we do. We're all like one big family, even though Britain's not a big island. We all connect up, and we're all from different places. We're all like a big fam, big expanded flat earth fam. And you lot in America are like our other fam over the pond, and you're the same as our fam over here. It's the weirdest thing. It's groovy though. So Lee, tapestry can be unpinned. Yeah, okay, but you only ever see the back of the tapestry. You don't get to see the front bit because it's an ineffable plan and we don't know it. But we are doing a good job of guessing. Cover zero. Good to see you. Wait, Joe. I gotta fuck off, guys, because I got like spit problems and stuff. Okay. Okay. Thanks for popping by. Happy Flatterday. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. And thanks to Vega. Oh, Vega. The fuck? Where did that come from? Vegan Warrior. It's not one. Zetetic Warrior. Make sure to subscribe to our brother Z. Okay, guys? We'll see more of him soon. Anyway, boom shanka. See you soon. Good.